I am called Yixuan, is a transmigrator. Entering this strange fantasy world has been a whole 18 years. These past 18 years I did not know day or night, determined to strengthen myself, trying to cultivate. Fortunately my talent is not bad. At 3 years old Thong Kai Hai, at 5 years old Kai then Kot, at 16 years old became Huin Tian Tong's youngest direct disciple. Nothing unexpected happened. 1 month after the life and death trial, I will become Huin Tian Tong's next sect master successor. From here on, go to the peak of life. But a few days ago, the family suddenly sent a letter telling me, in the faraway Muk Van Ton there is a fiancée that I've not met. She was originally a small family's genius, but one day suddenly her cultivation completely disappeared, carrying a mysterious ring in her hand. The family felt that she was not worthy of me, wanted me to immediately come to the door to dissolve the engagement.
Fuck.
What do you mean? After 18 years of hard work, you're telling me you're a villain now? Xian Tianzong, ascending to the immortal platform. The immortal crane flies, the ancient beast whistles, the divine wind hangs in the sky, the 7-colored divine light passes through all 8 directions. Yi Xian's figure is straight, facing the wind and standing, the snow-white clothes on his body flutter, his black hair dances with the wind, indescribably free and easy. Very beautiful. Under the stage, the oppressive Xian Tianzong disciples look far away. In their eyes are all a piece of worship and admiration. As expected of our Xian Tianzong's 100 years strongest direct disciple. Senior brother Yi Xian. Everyone else is quietly standing there, but makes me feel like a sharp sword piercing the heart. I heard that last month the sect master and the elders have decided it is senior brother Yi Xian who opens the life and death trial. Life and death trial? This is our Xian Tianzong's most terrifying inheritance secret realm. Anyone who passes the trial has the qualifications to become my Xian Tian sect's young sect master. As one of the top 2 forces in the southern desolate region, Xian Tian sect's strength is formidable, its background is mighty. It is the ancient great sect in the desolate region, the main branch of Xian Tian Divine Tao. In the sect's life and death trial, it contains the Xian Tian sect's past generations of ancestors' inheritance. Those who pass not only can greatly advance in strength, but will also be designated as the Xian Tian sect's successor. There is a greater chance of obtaining the Xian Tian Divine Tao summon, entering the desolate region to conduct in-depth training. Inside the desolate region, this is the inheritance land of all the divine Taos and holy teachings of the heavenly desolate regions of the 6 desolate regions. The desolate regions of the 6 desolate regions, except for the mysterious disappearance of the ancient period star domain, the east, south, west, and north 4 great wildernesses, are all based on the central desolate region. Inside the wild spirit domain, not only is there a convergence of the world's mountains and rivers, there is also the ancient true God's ancient secret treasure. Without exaggeration, inside the wild spirit domain is the heavenly desolate 6 regions that is completely worthy of divine revelation. Billions of martial artists in their thoughts have the same dream and goal. As the candidate of the Xiantian sect's young sect master, Yi Xian is the Xiantian sect's most likely candidate to obtain all of these peerless geniuses, but at this moment, Yi Xian's heart, no matter how he feels, cannot be happy. Even there is a bit of sadness. 18 years. I have worked hard for 18 years. Now I'm playing like this, right? As the Xiantian sect's most powerful and fierce genius in the past 10 years, Yi Xian has always been hiding a big secret. He is not a person of this world, but a transmigrator. Since Yi Xian knew that he had crossed over to a prosperous martial Tao fantasy world behind, he secretly decided that he must work hard to cultivate. How terrifying is the power system of the fantasy world? Just by looking at the novel, he knows. Basically, there is no way to use common sense to speculate. If you are not careful, you'll destroy your family and your clan. Moreover, Yi Xian crossed over for 18 years. His golden finger has not come to the book. Nothing unexpected happened. This life generally will not appear again, this kind of golden finger toy. Fortunately, Yi Xian's background is considered not bad. It is Jiang country's 3 great families, a prosperous clan that coexists with the royal family, the Yi clan's direct descendant. However, being reborn to this kind of unpredictable fantasy world, without Yi Xian's golden finger, he is extremely lacking in a sense of security. So this 18 years, he desperately toured his body stacking buff. 3 years old Clear Air C. 5 years old Open God Bone, become Yi Clan ever since most outstanding young genius. 13 years old Step into the air control realm, become Jiang Guiyusher ever since youngest martial master, attract Xian Tianzong attention. 16 years old Break, mysterious void realm, become Xian Tianzong past 100 years third direct disciple. Time past 2.5 years. Yi Xian has become a 9-star great martial master inside mysterious void realm peak powerhouse. Distance to broken void realm martial Dao grandmaster is also only 1 step away. Xian Tianzong master is even personally for him open life and death trial. Yi Xian should be this world's most shining new star. As long as he can pass the trial, he can borrow the power of the Xian Tian sect's ancestors' inheritance and in one fell swoop break the martial Dao grandmaster, becoming the Xian Tian sect's youngest sect master. Successfully attracted the attention of the Xian Tian divine Dao and entered the desolate spirit domain for deep training. However, the originally beautiful everything was broken by a letter from the Yi clan that was not long ago transmitted by the Yi clan. According to the Yi clan's elders, in the remote Muyin city, Yi Xian had a wife who had not yet passed through the door. She was originally a small family's genius, but one day suddenly lost her cultivation, received all the white eyes and ridicule, and had a mysterious ring on her hand that was not strange at all. The Yi clan's elders felt that she was not worthy of Yi Xian, so they asked Yi Xian to personally go to Muyin City with his little wife to dissolve the engagement. Yi Wan lost her cultivation? Got the ring? Still want to break off the engagement? This is a familiar plot, the original formula. Let Yi Xian quickly realize he had worked hard for 18 years. Was he really a villain? It's a pity that I didn't know how to cultivate day and night these years. Tried hard like a dog, desperately buffing my husband's body. In the end, you came to the door as a Xiao Luo's fiancé? Yi Xian really wants to break his head. All did not think. In this strange fantasy world, the most terrifying is not those mysterious terrifying great power, also not those filled with unknown divine revelation secret realm, but is in the faraway 18 borderlines small city, not yet past the door wife. At this moment, Yi Xian inner heart panic a group. Although reading the novel time, this kind of villain came door to divorce, tragically beat the face of the bridge section, has long been broken road. But looking at the novel and personally experiencing are completely two different things. Moreover, Yi Xian is also a villain. Just think about to divorce the fiancé. In front of everyone shouted 30 years he dong, 30 years he she seen. Yi Xian immediately felt a bout of dizziness. Inner heart 10,000 camels surged and passed. Yi Xian is not without thinking. Taking advantage of the protagonist has not yet risen. The first to strike is strong, to crush her. But the problem is Yi Xian is a villain. How terrifying is the protagonist halo this kind of thing. Also does not need Yi Xian to say. Thinking back to the great emperor's thoughts Wang Teng, the backstage is hard and flowery. It is not that Yi Xian does not want to do it, but the protagonist this kind of thing is basically impossible to play to death. Even if it is dried up, the fate of the main character's fortune, there are also thousands of methods to be reborn, and after being reborn, the strength is even stronger. The Golden Hand's power is even stronger. Simply like chewing Viagra, a kind of violent transfer of fortune. At that time, not to mention just a Yi clan, even the Xian Tian sect behind Xian Tian Shen Dao personally taking action can also be destroyed together. If you can't play to death, then you can only stubbornly go to death. Ever since she learned that little Qiao wife had a protagonist behind her, Yi Xian secretly sent someone to Muyin City to inquire about the situation. Little Qiao wife's name was Tantai Mingyue, born with fair skin and beautiful appearance, naturally beautiful. Ever since little Qiao wife's cultivation base completely disappeared, the entire Tantai family's attitude towards her dropped 1,000 zhang. If it wasn't because she and the Yi clan also had in-laws, she would have been chased out of the house long ago. In this kind of situation, little Qiao wife must be extremely lacking in affection. Her heart yearns for others' affirmation and encouragement. Finding Yi Xian to break through, she decisively violated the clan's will. Not only did he not come to the door to break off the engagement, also wrote a very long, touching letter to bring to Muyin City that night, encouraging the little wife not to be discouraged. Not only that, Yi Xian prepared a storage ring, filled with all kinds of rare and precious herbs, precious pills, and at the same time repeatedly emphasized in the letter. He will absolutely not break off the engagement. Let the little wife cultivate in peace. On the other hand, He gave several Yi Clan and Xian Tianzong profound cultivation methods and unique skills. Hope I do all this, little wife can feel. Golden hand awakening later, should not let me when wild monster swept away. At this moment, Yi Xian's inner desire for survival exploded. He also did not know if he did so, in the end can or not change his villain fate. If there is no possibility to change, then can I or not consider a little, from here on out of the world, hide into the deep mountains? In short, absolutely do not need to have any involvement with the protagonist. Even more cannot let oneself exposed in the protagonist's sight. While Yi Xian was miserably thinking, how should he be careless later, the depths of his mind suddenly transmitted a strange shock. The harvest came from Tantai Mingyue's favorability. Great Dao Luck +1. Great Dao Luck +1. Great Dao Luck +1. Great Dao Luck +1. Yi Xian. That thing just now. What the hell? Time returned to half a stick of incense before. Jianghua Mu Yunqing. Tantai Mingyue's face was pale, sitting on her knees in the family. Like waiting for the sentence of death prisoner. At her side, in order were Tantai family head, the clan elders and Tantai family's younger generation of disciples. 10 years, this wasted family's rice and firewood can finally go away. Also don't know her Tantai Mingyue, what kind of shitty luck did she have before, to actually form a marriage contract with the Yi clan? Humph. If she didn't have a marriage contract with the Yi clan, this trash should have been kicked out of the family's door long ago. How could she waste the family's 10 years of cultivation resources? Hearing the surrounding continuously mocking and ridiculing, Tantai Mingyue's eyes were filled with sadness. 10 years ago, she was the Tantai family's most dazzling genius, the entire clan's young generation, the first to reach the 9-star martial artist existence. At that time, who would dare to bark in front of her? The clan elders even treated her as a precious pearl in their hands and signed a marriage contract with the Yi clan. But not long after this marriage contract was signed, Tantai Mingyue's natural talent suddenly seemed to disappear. Without her natural talent, not only was her martial arts unable to advance a step further, even her original cultivation base also began to continuously decline, until finally becoming a genuine trash. Ha ha ha, everyone absolutely don't say that Yue, younger sister, is not completely trash. At least before, when she first started cultivating, she had also shown off her amazing talent in front of everyone. The one speaking was Tantai Mingyue's cousin, Tantai Xinlan. Zheng Jin Tantai Mingyue is like the bright moon on the 9th heaven. Tantai Xinlan in front of her is dim and without light. Even with the Yi clan's marriage contract, this kind of great good thing also falls on Tantai Mingyue's body. Now, Tantai Xinlan has already broken through 9-star martial artist, become a 3-star martial spirit. Tantai family in the young generation strongest person, previously like the bright moon ordinary cousin, but has been wandering to do in the dusty mud. Maybe the old heavens finally thought it through, feel all the good things fall on you alone. A bit not too fair, so we'll let your cultivation, just reduced again, become the present trash. Tantai Xinlan's face is full of excitement, toward Tantai Mingyue's ear whispering. Afraid? Yi clan people above immediately want to go up the door to break off the engagement. Lose the last one protective talisman. I see how you will live in the future. If there is no Yi clan this one marriage contract, how can Tanai family provide to nurture a useless person for 10 years? Forget it. More beautiful joke. Look at 10 years. Also look tired, and the faraway Mu Yunqing cultivation lost all useless person. Actually wish to have the most outstanding genius with Jiang country, Xian Tian sect future young sect master to finally join hands? Simply delusional. After saying the last words, Tantai Xinlan in the eyes unexpectedly revealed a trace of hidden hatred. If before the person chosen by the family to be in-law was me, Tantai Xinlan, perhaps Yi clan today will not send someone to come here to break off the engagement. Tantai Xinlan's 10 fingers suddenly curled, intently grasping the fist. This is Yi Xian. Ah. South Desolate Region's peak stream sect Xian Tianzong young sect master candidate, even if considered as a country's prince, in front of Yi Xian also wants to fade away. 18 years old 9-star great, martial master. Don't say Jiang country, even looking at the entire South Desolate region, are all can be called as evil existence. Tantai Xinlan Guang is from Qi realm martial artist, cultivating to Xianbone realm martial spirit, just completely used the time of 10 years. But even so, is only a 3-star martial spirit. Same 10 years, Yi Xian has already surpassed martial artist, martial spirit, martial master, becoming a Xian Void Realm Great Martial Master. Moreover, is also a 9-star Great Martial Master. Just a little bit more, we'll be able to step into the Martial Dao Grandmaster ranks. The entire Jiang country Martial Dao Grandmaster is not higher than 10 people. Each one is a glorious reputation. And Yi Xian is still so young. The future prospects are limitless. Dantai Mingyue, all because of you. I missed such a perfect fate. Dantai Xinlan really seems to be robbed of life inside. Great fate ordinary. A pair of eyes, revealing deep hatred. Here Dantai clansmen, although did not say anything, but their eyes are also hateful to Dantai Mingyue. Dantai family ancestors, because with Yi clan ancestors have friendship, so both sides established a marriage contract. To Dantai Mingyue this generation, to sign the marriage contract person, is exactly Yi Xian such person inside Dragon Phoenix. If conform a marriage relationship with Xian Tianzong's young sect master, in the future, their Tantai family, not to mention in a small Muyun city, even looking at the entire Jiang country, is also a sideways existence. Time and time again because of Tantai Mingyue's reason, let them, and this kind of heaven-given opportunity, miss the opportunity. Tantai Mingyue, you are the entire Tantai family sinner. It's all because of this trash. Implicated our entire clan. Tantai family should have a better future. Tantai Mingyue, you are 1,000 times C. If it was a few days ago, she would probably feel deeply despair because of the Yi clan's broken engagement, but now, seemingly feeling the change in Tantai Mingyue's inner self on her finger, which usually had nothing strange, the mysterious ring, appeared a faint light. You don't need to be discouraged. Wait for me to use the power of divine blood to cleanse your body. Rising up is only a matter of time. The mysterious female voice transmission said. Although Xian Tianzong is a peak flow sect in the southern desolate region, behind it is such a super-level background of Xian Tian Divine Dao, but the origin of Tantai Mingyue in the mysterious ring is also not ordinary. She was originally a peerless expert in the upper realm, but because of an accident, her divine soul lived on in Tantai Mingyue in the ring. Tantai Mingyue's cultivation had just decreased before, also because the mysterious female in the ring was secretly healing her wounds by borrowing help from Tantai Mingyue's Qi and Dantian. Tantai Mingyue had just begun to know the truth of the matter when she was truly angry to no end. She had been a useless person for 10 years. In Muyun City, she had received all the ridicule, and it was all because of this reason? The mysterious female also felt guilty and suspicious towards this heart. In order to compensate Tantai Mingyue, the mysterious female not only accepted her as a disciple, but also used divine blood to baptize her body. The distance from the first divine blood to completely wash your body, there's still 3 days left. As long as you live through these 3 days, your talent, in this world, will be extraordinary and otherworldly. Extraordinary and otherworldly? Is it more formidable than Yi Xian? Although Tantai Mingyue and Yi Xian have never met, but Yi Xian 2 words, but still always make Jiang country all geniuses. Look at the back existence. To some extent, he is not just a simple name, but is a mountain that makes people unable to overcome. Humph, what is a Yi Xian? If you confuse the entire power of the divine blood, even in this world all geniuses together, also compared to you by a fingertip. Although Yi Xian's talent, in the southern desolate region is absolutely phoenix hair unicorn horn, but to the mysterious female, is also just a remote land genius. How can be compared with her personally taught disciple? Tantai Mingyue was stunned for a moment. To her, Yi Xian was already a peerless genius, but in her mysterious master's mouth, it seemed like just a Yi Xian was nothing. The mysterious woman was extremely pleased with Tantai Mingyue's reaction. Although she only got along with her little disciple for a few short days, she was very fond of this disciple Tantai Mingyue. This time Yi clan came to the door in front of everyone to break off the engagement. In her heart, she was also very angry. Just a lower realm clan, dare to withdraw my disciple for marrying? If it wasn't for her spirit that had just recovered, she would have already rushed out the ring, and with one sword exterminated that dog-killing Xiantian sect. Master, your intentions, disciple understands. Dantai Mingyue could completely feel that master in her heart was burning with raging fire. However, that Yi clan engagement, after all, had protected her for 10 years. Compared to the Yi clan that was about to break off the engagement, she still hated these people in front of her, who forgot their loyalty for the sake of profit, and their clansmen more. AI, Master's temperament is the most arrogant. At most, wait for me to cultivate and have achievements later. I will personally go to Yi Clan, as long as I defeat Yi Xian in front of everyone, symbolically replace Master to find some face, then I can. At this moment, a powerful light shadow falls from the sky. In the light shadow, slowly walks out a middle-aged man. The man's name is Yi Shu, is Yi Xian's personal servant. Young Master trusts, give it to Tantai Mingyue. Yi Shu's eyes are indifferent. Yi Clan is Jiang country and the royal family to stand shoulder to shoulder with the great clan. Yi Xian is Xian Tianzong's young sect master candidate, if not for Yi Xian personally giving the order, with Yi Shu's profound space realm cultivation strength, is to be despised to Muyun City, this kind of small place. So powerful. This is Tantai Mingyue's first reaction when facing Yi Shu. Yi Shu's body exuded a sense of pressure. Even if he didn't intentionally display it, it still made everyone here like ants facing a giant elephant, making people suffocate. Such a powerful cultivation base, enough to sweep across the entire Muyun City. Even if you look at Jiang country, it's also a strong person. Such a master is actually just a Yi Clan messenger? The more powerful the Yi Clan's strength appeared, the more intense the Tantai clan's hatred towards Tantai Mingyue became. Keys, Yi Jiazuan personally delivered the message. You're a sister. Why don't you quickly open it and see? What if it's not to break off the engagement, but to comfort you to cultivate best? Feeling the angry emotions of the surrounding clansmen, Tantai Xinlan took the opportunity to step forward and fan the flames. Just a useless person, climbing up to Yi Xian this marriage affair is her great luck. Tantai Mingyue, there are many things that should not be yours, destined to not belong to you for a lifetime. On the contrary, Yi Shu, hearing Tantai Xinlan's words, her expression slightly changed. A few days ago, Yi Xian suddenly sent Yi Shu to Muyun City to inquire about Tantai Mingyue's situation. Yi Shu originally thought that it was his family's young master, wanting to sever ties with this trashy Tantai Mingyue young girl. Who would have thought it was really... Forget it. Since it is the young master's intention, I also can't say anything more. Catching Yi Shu's expression change, Tantai Xinlan's heart was ecstatic. It seems that my words just now really fiercely stabbed at the Yi clan's sore spot. Yi Xian is Xiantian sect's personal disciple and also the candidate for young sect master. Why would he really marry such a useless person back? Don't say marry, just spread can't bear this person. Tantai Mingyue slowly raised her head, glanced at the messenger Yi Shu. Originally in her eyes there was still some hesitation, but thinking of the mysterious master behind her, Tantai Mingyue immediately mustered up the courage to tear open the envelope. Who would have thought, a second later, a storage ring rolled out along the envelope. That ring was of special material. Looking at it was an extraordinary item. Looking at this place, the eyes of the surrounding Tantai clansmen were pale. Could it be that the Yi clan broke off the engagement as compensation? The Yi clan is a contemporary great clan. Yi Xian is the future young master of Xiantian sect. The compensation they gave, the amount definitely isn't light. Humph. Tantai Yu is just a useless person. How can she have the qualifications to enjoy so many natural treasures? In my opinion, it is still better to dedicate all these things to the clan. The clan has provided and nurtured her for so many years. She, Tantai Mingyue, should also repay the favor. If it weren't for Yi Shu still standing in the same place, surrounded by the eyes of the Tantai clansmen, they would have rushed forward to snatch it. Don't worry, open it. Although that ring represents a bit of humiliation, but if you can find 1 or 2 great medicinal herbs from it, perhaps it can accelerate the speed of divine blood purification, helping your cultivation level to increase by a step. The mysterious woman urged in the ring. Although she was a powerful person from the upper realm, she was now just a remnant soul. Even if there are several moves like this in hand, the ultimate method, but not at the crucial moment, also cannot be used casually. Hearing the mysterious woman's words, Tantai Mingyue very obediently opened the storage ring in her hand. A second later, a scarlet-red spiritual light shot up to the sky. Blood Python Branch? It can actually make the broken vein renew the Blood Python Branch. Blood Jade Bone participates, is to help the Qi seed to be born, condense the mysterious bone Blood Jade Bone participates. Iron. Ironwood Spirit Liquid? Oh my god, this is the 3rd grade pill that can be refined into the best spiritual medicine? Phoenix Tail Cock's Crest. There is actually a Phoenix Tail Cock's Crest. Looking at each streak of spiritual light phantom image that shot up to the sky from the storage ring, Tantai Mingyue's entire person was dumbfounded. Here, Tantai clansman is the even more crazy Zhuang Ruo. Even Tantai family clan elders, at seeing the compensation in the storage ring behind, also couldn't help but reveal greedy expression. As expected of Xiantian Sect's young sect master candidate, just made a move, is such a big work. Retreating a wedding can also bring out such rich compensation. She Tantai Mingyue really made a fortune. Feeling the surrounding clansmen in the eyes exude green light, Tantai Mingyue instinctively covered the ring. She just opened a corner in the ring. So many good things came out. If she continued to watch, she was really afraid that even the clan elders couldn't help but directly rush forward to open and snatch. Strange. After worrying, Tantai Mingyue's heart again brought some intense doubts. Break up the engagement. Even if there is compensation, it is only for the sake of fulfilling each other's face. Why would Yi Xian send someone to send such heavy treasures? Just now these revealed rare and precious herbs, randomly picked out a root and placed on the market, are all head-scratching existences. Otherwise, Tantai family these elders also would not be each one so greedy. And Tantai Yu just now quietly looked towards the ring's depths, inside except for all kinds of spirit herbs, spirit medicines outside. There are also several profound and inscrutable cultivation methods inherited. And the grades are not low. Far more precious than those spirit herbs and spirit medicines. Breaking up the engagement still sent up so many treasures. What exactly does this Yi Xian want to do? With a doubtful mood, Tantai Yu quickly opened the envelope in her hand, but the content deeply engraved in her sight made her once again dumbfounded on the spot. How? Did he intentionally open his mouth to humiliate you in the letter? It's really hateful. You can rest assured. Wait for this master to recover some time. Definitely must kill to Xian Tianzong for you to demand back a justice. No, it's not like that, master. Tantai Mingyue's beautiful face flushed red. What was this? Tantai Mingyue, although never seen her that fiancé some time ago, had because of this family's marriage agreement. In her heart still had conflicts, but just now, when she opened the letter in that instant, Tantai Mingyue's heart couldn't help but give birth to a ripple. Even feeling that Yi Xian this person is still quite good? Tantai Mingyue's strange reaction caused the mysterious female to be curious. She, through her recently recovered strength, felt a little on the letter's content. Result, both people were stunned. Yi Xian not only did not have the same as she imagined, hated Tantai Mingyue's background was not important, opened her mouth to humiliate, suppressed Tantai Mingyue's cultivation to the point of being useless. On the contrary, in the letter, towards Tantai Mingyue cheered and encouraged. Especially in the letter's last sentence, even if you are immortal, Yi Xian will protect you for life, without worry. You lied to me and deceived the cultivation world, and still have such a heavy promise? The mysterious woman today really was a small knife drawing her, but opening her eyes. Remember that day when she was in the upper world, how many people broke down the door just to pull up a bit of relationship with her, but later when she met with disaster, even the closest person by her side were all on the side throwing stones into the well. If there is no trust betrayer, how can she fall into this situation now? Yue, younger sister, is it because of the content in the letter that scared you? Since you don't dare to loudly recite the words, then let my cousin do it for you. Dantai Xinlan's innermost jealousy, at the moment the storage ring opened just now, has reached its peak. Based on what is the reason for breaking off the engagement, Tantai Mingyue can still continue to receive such favor? She now can't wait a moment, just want to immediately make everyone's face, tear off Tantai Mingyue's body this last layer of veil. Let everyone take a good look. This broken off engagement trash, without the Yi clan marriage contract, is what kind of a miserable appearance. She snatched the letter from Tantai Mingyue in her hand. Her eyes contained a smile, loudly chanting, "The engagement has been decided. You are my Yi Xian's wife. Naturally protect you. Wait for me to pass the life and death trial. Properly regenerate your Qi Si Dantian for you. Protect. Protect you for life and generations?" Tantai Xinlan recited halfway. Her expression had already been mocking at first, gradually turning stiff. How come? Didn't the Yi clan send a letter to dissolve the engagement? Tantai Mingyue is already a cripple. Why does Yi Xian still want to protect her? Could it be? This is the legendary true love. The two words true love sounded especially harsh to Tantai Xinlan's ears, but here the Tantai clan people had long since ignored her. I didn't think that young Master Yuxian would be so heavy-handed in his promise. Mingyue's sister really is blessed. Just now is all our fault, and I beg you, Mingyu, to be magnanimous and not take it to heart. Elder sister, do you still remember me? I am Xiao Luzi. When I was young, my mother still held you. Cousin Mingyu, I was previously a pig fat that made my mind confused. From now on, I am your most loyal hand and foot. Whoever dares to say half a bad word about you, I will break his bones. Looking at the clansman who had just cursed her as a waste, wanting to chase her out of the clan, in the blink of an eye turning into her honest supporting role, Tantai Mingyu felt for the first time in her life, people with thick skin could be this thick. These people, when her spirit was down, each and every one of them wished they could step on her to death. Now knowing Yuxian has no intention of breaking off the engagement, still like this looking after her, each and every one of them seems like a lightning dog, kneeling down in front of the dog wagging its tail to congratulate its master. Born in this kind of family really sad. However, this pair of Tantai Mingyue, how could it not be a kind of luck? If not because of being a waste for 10 years, how could one clearly see this group of dog-headed people's true faces? This all really is lucky to have Yuxian. Why did I think of him? Thinking of Yuxian, Tantai Mingyue's face was once again red. No, impossible. Right at this moment, still standing in the crowd, Tantai Shinlon suddenly pretended to be crazy. Tantai Mingyue is already a cripple. Why would Yuxian still be so stubborn towards her? Tantai Shinlon face full of disbelief. She today originally came to see Tantai Mingyue's joke. The current result, she herself is like a joke? Especially when she noticed the surrounding clansmen began to slightly avert their gazes. Tantai Shinlon whole person is even more like crazy. Fake, this is all fake. The news is fake. The storage ring is also fake. You must be unwilling to be broken off by the Yi clan, deliberately looking for someone to act out the scene, right? And the things in the storage ring are also you using illusion magic to transform, right? Looking at the front of the crazy Tantai Shinlon, the surrounding Tantai clansmen in the eyes, filled with pity. The truth has been laid out before the eyes, but Tantai Shinlon really is not willing to accept it. Not only did she not believe, even the Tantai family's main door came here to report Yishu, was also Tantai Shinlon, considered as colluding with Tantai Mingyue to deceive. You are not Yi clan people at all. Why do you want to fake a letter, to deceive me and Tantai clan people? A scene before the eyes, but as Tantai clan head, and also the surrounding clan elders scared to death. Tantai Shinlon questioned, Tantai Mingyue as finished. Still dare to touch the Yi clan messenger? Tantai Shinlon, don't be reckless. Bang! Tantai clan head in a flash flashed, arrived in front of Tantai Shinlon, fiercely slapped a hand, promptly interrupted her crazy movement. Are you crazy enough? Although Yishu's strength was not revealed, his aura had already said it all. If it angered the other party, the entire Tantai family would not be able to withstand the other party's anger. I'm not crazy. Tantai Shinlon was thrown to the ground, her mouth spewing blood, her face ferocious and terrifying. It's her, it's all her. She used the fake Yi clan book to deceive everyone. I just want to expose her circus in front of everyone. It's her Tantai Mingyue who deceived us all. Tantai Shinlon was not unwilling to believe, but was unable to accept it. Based on what? Tantai Mingyue was already crippled like this, and could still meet this kind of Yuxian, who would not give up on her peerless good match. She refused to accept it. Tantai Mingyue had all been exiled to this point, and there would still be room to turn around. Except for not accepting, she is jealous. She is jealous of Tantai Mingyue all. Even more jealous of her, and Yuxian, this one piece of fate. They clearly have not met once. Why would Yuxian be so persistent toward her? If the previous marriage contract was her Tantai Shinlon, like that makes Yuxian insist on being a good mate. Could it also be her Tantai Shinlon? Crazy. This woman is crazy. Tantai family head shook his head. Directly a palm slapped on Tantai Shinlon's chi above Dantian, abolishing her cultivation. The ruthlessness of her actions, the decisiveness of her actions, basically did not give Tantai Shinlon any reaction time. Family head, you are really vicious. At this moment, Tantai Xinlan finally felt Tantai Mingyue's previous sorrowful state of mind. Unfortunately, it was too late. Yi Xian sent a letter and lifted Tantai Mingyue from the cliff of 10,000 zhang into the 9 heavens cloud peak. The entire Tantai family needed a Tantai Mingyue to vent their dissatisfaction. She Tantai Xinlan, although his Tantai family, among the young generation outstanding talent, but compared to Yi clan, compared to Xiantian sect, her weight was still too light, too light. It was a pity. Tantai family heads' methods, in Tantai Mingyue's view, were fundamentally unmovable. 10 years of waste life, she had already seen through people's hearts. Now she only wanted, under the mysterious woman's help, to quickly complete the divine blood element body and pursue that who had already severed many years of martial Dao to the extreme. Perhaps, at that time, she had the courage to truly stand in front of Yi Xian. Xian Tianzong ascended to the immortal platform. Harvested Tantai Mingyue favorability, Great Path, Luck +2. Harvested Tantai Mingyue favorability, Great Path, Luck +2. Harvested Tantai Mingyue favorability, Great Path, Luck +3. Feeling the body's Great Path luck continuously increasing, Yi Xian suddenly woke up. So, little wife is really my golden finger? Although Yi Xian didn't know clearly what exactly was this so-called Great Path luck, but from the moment the luck appeared, Yi Xian could clearly feel a surging and intense force gradually brewing within his body, wanting to burst out. What happened? Why do I feel that senior brother Yi Xian's surrounding world's spiritual energy is gradually becoming strange? Isn't it a breakthrough again? Tisk. I remember senior brother Yi Xian not long ago. Just broke through once? So fast and have a new understanding? Sure enough, senior brother Yi Xian's backlight is that we will never be able to catch up. Senior brother Yi Xian is really amazing. I want to give birth to a monkey. Phew, senior brother Yi Xian can't look up to you.
Who said?
What if senior brother likes me, this kind of plump little potato? Yi Xian didn't care about the chaos under the ascension platform. He at this moment was completely immersed under the baptism of the great path of luck. Just like that, in a moment of time, the great path of luck in his body had condensed into a golden sphere. Underneath the sphere, countless golden treasure boxes emerged, and there was also a very long clock hand. Is this a lottery? Never eaten pork, still have not seen pigs running? Previous life on the internet, all kinds of strange golden hand, Yi Xian, but is already too familiar. Even collect negative mood, all have I this collect little wife degree of goodwill, seems to also be able to understand. Just when Yi Xian inwardly secretly reassured himself time, a Xian Tianzong disciple hurriedly ran up to the immortal platform. Yi Xian's senior brother, sect master, has left seclusion, is discussing with the elders right in the main hall. Please come over for a visit. This Xian Tianzong disciple came here to deliver news, while performing a salute, while secretly squinting at Yi Xian, innermost nervous to death. Simply compared to the concert above, seeing the idol fan is more excited. Yi Xian's senior brother. It is really Yi Xian's senior brother. Can't think of my life, still have the opportunity with Yi Xian's senior brother, such close distance intimate talk. However, Yi Xian basically did not pay attention to his inner heart excitement, because he all attention are immersed in the sea of consciousness, that golden ball on the body. According to the clock hand above the mark, 100 slightly big Dao Qi luck can draw out one-time reward. Yi Xian secretly silently looked over. From just now until now, in his body has gathered 200 more big Dao Qi luck. Completely can conduct 2 draws. Thinking of here, Yi Xian looked to the side person who came here to convey the message of Xian Tianzong disciple. Xian Tianzong master summoned Yi Xian to go to the Righteous Qi Longevity Great Hall. Definitely there is something important. Not that, on the contrary, can try a little bit this golden hand, draw the prize, can draw out a little bit what kind of reward. Yi Xian Xin inside thought, underfoot lightly stomped. Just a moment, 10,000 zhang wall cloud flew up into the sky. Bursts of tiger roars, dragon roars accompanied the phantom flying up into the sky. As expected of Yi Xian's senior brother. Even taking off is so comfortable, really makes us all our life, cannot chase. Looking over foot-stepping wall cloud leave Yi Xian, ascending on the immortal platform to transmit the message, disciples' full eyes are all admiration and unspeakable admiration. Life and death trial preparation. How? Yi Xian just walked into the Righteous Longevity Hall door, immediately heard Xian Tian sect master voice transmitted from inside. All kinds of work have been properly prepared. Elder Xian Jin replied. My Xian Tian sect over the past 100 years only sent out 3 personal disciples. Yi Xian is the only one still in the sect, also the youngest among the 3 personal disciples. Direct disciple is the biggest symbolic status of Xian Tianzong. Once the strength reaches a certain level behind, usually will use their own method, seek breakthrough. Sect will not try their best to restrain. The 2 direct disciples before are all looking for breakthrough opportunity inside. Leave sect, alone practice. 10 years have passed without news. Only Yi Xian has always been inside sect devoted to cultivating. He does not want to leave sect. Other than cultivation has not encountered bottleneck outside, there is also an important reason. This place is the mysterious world. Even if Yi Xian cultivation in Xian Tianzong in the younger generation can be called dragon head-like existence. Looking at Jiang country, also considered a strong person. However, there are mountains outside the mountain, people outside the person. The mysterious world is really too dangerous. Stay in the sect has sect master and elders. Together with sect in, those hidden world, not out old monster look after, safety coefficient straight up increase. Xianer aptitude, really as big can be, if not this time, Xian Tian Divine Dao descended divine order. This sect master also will not be so urgent, early open life and death trial. Xian Tian sect within 100 years, only took 3 personal disciples. They between each other talent, strength, are all at the same level. However, hard want to compare a little words, or Yi Xian is more than one level. After all, youth is capital. Speaking of, the other 2 personal disciples left the sect has been nearly 10 years until now not returned. Also can't they always not return, still not open life and death trial, right? But I heard that Yi Xian seems to have a marriage contract with Mu Yunqing, a small clan. Once Yi Xian becomes Xian Tian sect's young sect master, his marriage will not only be his personal matter. It will also be related to the entire Xian Tian sect's face. This matter, this sect master has long known. Yi clan has let Xianer go to Mu Yunqing to break off the engagement. Hearing Elder Xianjin say that, Xian Tian sect master slowly said, in Xian Tian sect master's view, Yi Xian's aptitude is worth better. In the future, entering Xian Tian Divine Dao and forming a couple with the Divine Dao's geniuses can still be considered a pile of praise. How can be blocked by just a small distant city firewood young girl? Although the words are like that, but who knows, this small clan firewood young girl can continue to entangle Yi Xian? Elder Xian Yu said extremely right. Yi Xian is my Xian Tian sect's current, most likely successor to the young sect master's choice, and yet immediately must accept the life and death trial. If because of these trivial matters is affected, isn't it to become my Xian Tian sect's great loss? This matter involves Xian Tian Divine Dao. I feel, Xian Jin, Xian Yu 2 elders worry. Still very necessary. Must definitely with this small clan firewood young girl, thoroughly draw a line. Under a group of elders' reminders, Xian Tian sect master fell into a brief contemplation. If so, Elder Xian Jin, tomorrow you accompany Xianer to go on a trip to Muyun City. In front of everyone bring the wedding back. From then on, can also help him to pass the trial with peace of mind. Standing at the door of the main hall, Yi Xian heard that. His expression suddenly changed. He had just barely stood firm. Little beautiful wife, if he was made fun of by Xian Tianzong like this, not only the newly awakened golden hand would want to be abandoned, even he himself, afraid that in a few minutes he would turn into a negative teaching material? Sect master, this is absolutely impossible. Looking at Yi Xian who entered the Righteous Longevity main hall, Xian Tian sect master including the elders present were all stunned. Yi Xian, sect master let you go to Muyun City to break off the engagement. That is for your own good, with your status, let alone just a small clan's firewood young girl, even if it is the Jiang country's princess, in front of you, is also climbing high. Yi clan was originally a Jiang country and was famous with a royal family. Yi Xian as Yi clan's most talented youth is also the Xian Tianzong's future young master. Don't say just Jiang country, even the entire southern wasteland, all mortal nations together, Xian Tianzong wants to crush them. All but bend in the middle. Moreover, Xian Tianzong behind also has Xian Tian Shendao. Yi Xian's future is limitless. Yi Xian, this matter you also don't need to care about. Naturally have us these elders to take charge for you. That's right. Yi Xian, if you feel guilty in your heart, at most then break off the engagement. We will compensate her with some cultivation techniques, spirit medicine then can. Thinking of Mu Yuncheng, that kind of small place clan, they will definitely be very happy. Hearing the elders say so, Yi Xian really is crying heart wanna die all have. In the novel Xiao Huohua is How Violent Wife. You guys forgot? Although the thinking of ordinary people all feel just a marriage contract, but there is no binding force as long as the compensation is reasonable, the other party will not care. Maybe the protagonist's brain is moved. Fundamentally, is not a mortal can understand. They not only will not feel a marriage contract is okay to have, but also okay not to have. In exchange for these spiritual medicines, the cultivation method is very profitable. Will also feel that you are insulting him. If it is Yi Xian's little wife, is also Xiao Huohua this type? Thinking of this, Yi Xian in his mind has unconsciously appeared, being abused by little wife, to death 10 types of scenarios. Mu Yunqing marriage contract, I will not back out. At this moment, the desire to survive is full of Yi Xian, already cannot care about opposing the sect master and the elders in the main hall. Since the marriage contract has been set, I, Yi Xian, am not suitable for a heartless and ungrateful person. Sect master and elders' good intentions, Yi Xian Xian accepts. But the matter of divorce, forgiveness is difficult to follow orders. In the main hall, Xian Tian sect master and a group of elders in the sect still thought that he heard wrongly. Each eye widened like a bronze bell. Mu Yuncheng is just a small border city within Jiang country. Tantai family is even more than heard of a small clan. Is Yi Xian crazy? Or dizzy? Towards a small clan's firewood young girl so stubborn? Even if she has a peerless appearance, it is not worth Yi Xian's infatuation? Xianer, on the path of cultivation, how can one act according to emotions? Xian Tian sect master is even more waving his long sleeves, in his eyes faintly carrying a trace of anger. For so many years, Xian Tianzong devoted all its efforts to cultivating Yi Xian. With Yi Xian's aptitude, once he becomes Xian Tianzong's young sect master, he can immediately enter Xian Tian Divine Dao to conduct in-depth training. What kind of genius in the future is the saintess not worthy? How can he die together with a small clan's firewood young lady? This sect master will give you another chance if you are willing to dissolve the engagement. I will pass on to you the profound meaning of the heavenly profound realm in the life and death trial, helping you smoothly pass the trial, becoming my Xian Tianzong's young sect master. Tay. Xian Tianzong master just said this. Here Xian Tianzong elders all took a breath of cold air. Xian Tianzong's profound meaning is the supreme profound meaning of the Xian Tianzong. If Yi Xian can, when entering the life and death trial before, one step ahead grasp the profound meaning of the profound heavenly words, then the life and death trial, for him, will no longer have any difficulty to speak of. It can be said that the profound heavenly sect master here is directly confirming Yi Xian, becoming the profound heavenly sect young sect master. After that, the profound heavenly sect will also send the sect's power to recommend him to advance to the profound heavenly divine Tao. This is how many people look forward to but can't expect to come to heaven's great opportunity. Is it because of a useless young girl giving up on advancing to a better future? Or becoming the profound heavenly sect young sect master, from here on flying to the heavens? Everyone is waiting for Yi Xian's answer. I'm sorry, sect master. My intention has been decided. Yi Xian replied with great determination. In the middle of profound meaning and life, Yi Xian resolutely chose the latter. No matter how powerful the profound meaning is, one still needs life to be able to cultivate. Moreover, he has awakened the golden hand. In front of the golden hand, what kind of divine ability, ultimate skill, all are put aside. Yi Xian, sect master's decision, is for your good. You best think it over clearly. If it weren't for my Xian Tianzong, even if you Yi Xian had sky-high talent, you wouldn't have achieved today. Don't forget, my Xian Tianzong is not just you, a personal disciple. In the end, how to choose Yi Xian, you must definitely on this great hall in front of everyone, say it clearly. Yi Xian, because of Tantai Mingyue, in front of everyone opposes Xiantian sect master and elders, incurring Xiantian sect high-level collective anger. But right now, Yi Xian calmed down for a long time deep in the mind, once again gently shook. Tantai Mingyue favorability once again increases, great path, luck +5, +5, +5. In an instant, on the golden sphere great path, luck, directly from 200 more, rushed to 300 on the surface. Fuck. Being shocked to Yi Xian, almost on the spot burst out swearing. Little Xiaojiao wife is how? Favorability and not needing money the same. Bang 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 go up and up? According to this favorability decrease speed, also learned some profound meaning of Xiantian. Of course, little Xiaojiao wife is more fragrant ah. Yi Xian tried to suppress the excitement in his heart while silently pressing the golden ball on the clock. He couldn't wait any longer, wanting to hit a round of rewards. According to Yi Xian's finger, on the golden ball 308 slightly large Qi luck suddenly exuded minus 100 points. At the same time, the hand on the clock began to rotate rapidly. Very quickly, the hand that kept rotating fell into a golden treasure box. Following the hand on the finger of the treasure box, bang, a sound exploded, for large as a bucket of colorful bullets sprayed out. Thank you for your honor. Fuck. Yi Xian's forehead veins suddenly jumped twice. He really didn't think that he himself also reincarnated into the fantasy world and couldn't counter this kind of thing that makes people's blood pressure rise. Yi Xian, looking at your appearance, it seems that towards the sect master and also the elders who just proposed have some dissatisfaction? Xiantian sect master and on the main hall elders, originally because of Yi Xian's previous opposition, the heart was not quick to give birth. Now seeing Yi Xian's face very unpleasant appearance, the elders' tempers instantly rose. Even Xiantian sect master's complexion completely blackened. However, their anger, Yi Xian was even more angry. He himself risked his life for 18 years to try, but he actually opened such an unlucky toy. At this moment, he was like being hung on the fire stove, either being burned alive to death, or being cooked by the raging fire, taking another step forward. Without hesitation, Yi Xian once again pointed at the prize-drawing clock hand. Following the clock hand once again turning up, very quickly a golden shining treasure box once again exploded. This time it was even more excessive, exploding in the treasure box directly emitted a no. I ask your mother's maternal uncle, third uncle's cousin sister, and elder and biological daughter. At this moment, Yi Xian suddenly had a kind of once again accepting the profound meaning of the inheritance, giving up the golden hand. This golden hand is really too damn stupid. But feeling the atmosphere in the main hall, Yi Xian felt the Xiantian sect master, as well as the elders present, seemed to be unwilling to give him such an opportunity. Humph, Yi Xian, since you are so disobedient to the elders, don't blame the sect for not giving you face. It's just a personal disciple. In vain pay attention to my Xiantian sect for so many years fondly nurtured. Even Xiantian sect master, all changed the previous intimate attitude towards Yi Xian, no longer addressed him as Xianer but called him by his name. Yi Xian, this sect master has already given you a chance. If you insist on it then, Xiantian sect master's words on this side just finished speaking halfway, Yi Xian's body suddenly had a golden light shoot up to the sky. This golden light was incomparably bright. Like the ninth heaven, descending the sweet spring rain, and dew was ordinary. But it carried a majestic divine might. Divine bone, is Yi Xian's divine bone, has awakened. Xiantian sect master's pair of eyes tightly approached in front of Yi Xian. The originally noisy surroundings, criticizing Yi Xian's sect elders, were also each one of them wide-eyed and dumbfounded. Difficult. Could it be that the legend is true? It is rumored that the Yi clan is the ancient god spirit powerhouse that inherits the bloodline. The god spirit is originally a transcendent mortal existence. Even if they pass down the bloodline, it will also bless the world for all generations, so that the descendants will benefit for life. The Yi clan is the bloodline of the gods, and in the past, many people with extraordinary talent were born. It is just that later, the divine bones of these powerhouses were cut off by an unknown curse. From then on, the Yi clan has not appeared again in the ancient era, that level of extraordinary saintly powerhouse. Forced from that desolate spirit domain to move out, gradually becoming a coexistence with the mortal nation. The Yi Xian before was also because at the time of breaking through the profound bone realm, in the bones, opened a trace of divine path, and was chosen by the profound heaven sect master. Unfortunately, Yi Xian entered Xiantian Zong after, although cultivation progressed rapidly, but the divine bone above the characteristics, but did not have the slightest manifestation. Could it be that today is his divine bone completely awakening time? Xiantian Zong master supported the seat with both hands, could not help but tremble slightly. Even Yi Xian himself did not think. He originally did not hold the hope of a last straw, unexpectedly directly whipped out a great Tao fruit that can help divine bone awaken. The so-called Great Tao fruit, as the name implies, is to condense the heaven and earth Great Tao will to form a fruit. Why are gods called gods? Also because they can grasp the heaven and earth Great Tao profound meaning. The Great Tao and the fruit of the heaven and earth profound meaning originally supported each other with the divine bone within Yi Xian's body. With the help of the Great Fruit Path, Yi Xian's internal divine energy started to flow through the entire body's bones, taking root and sprouting like a thirsty dry tree, receiving the nourishment of the spirit spring. The continuous golden light was like a spider web covering Yi Xian's entire body. In the end, even his entire body's bones all turned into a faint golden color. It seemed like a second later, he wanted to come out from his flesh body.
Boom tilde.
At this moment, the skies suddenly broke apart. Shattered space scene. Martial Dao Grandmaster. Yi Xian broke through to Martial Dao Grandmaster. Oh my god, is this the mighty power of divine bone? Feeling the terrifying energy change around Yi Xian, the elders in the Xian Tian sect's main hall all stopped breathing. These sect elders have painfully cultivated a lifetime, as a result, are also only broken space realm Martial Dao Grandmaster cultivation. However, is Yi Xian just happened to awaken divine bone, unexpectedly directly has broken through broken space realm? Divine revelation person. Can't think of many years later, my Xian Tian sect unexpectedly has a divine revelation person. Divine revelation person is this world for awakened divine bone person general name. This kind of person cultivation there is no bottleneck, can be said. And in the future according to divine bone awakening intensity, strength will also be more terrifying. Even if in the future chasing after ancestors' footsteps, becoming a completely new divine spirit, is not an impossible matter. On the main hall, gradually reacted to the Xian Tianzong elders' expressions extremely complicated, as Yi Xian was merely just an exceptional talent, Xian Tianzong was also not without a better choice. But now, a divine awakening person? His existence was already not just a personal disciple could compare, even considered in Xian Tian divine Tao. Also enough to cause a respected existence. Cough cough, if Xian or you are not willing to dissolve the engagement, we are not good at forcing after all, this is ultimately your own personal matter, we these sect elders, are simply for you, anxious a little. Just now still angry, a look of wanting to expel Yi Xian from the sect appearance of Xian Tian sect master, in a flash, became a benevolent face, amiable and easy to approach. Even the surrounding sect elders who originally held opposing opinions, also became reasonable. Your fiancé is simply of low birth. Cultivation is a bit crippled, but no matter how you say it, it is good that they like each other. Love matters. Originally also have no reason Yi Xian you can maintain your original heart, sect master, and us elders, all feel extremely happy. Xian Tian sect master is directly on the spot to beat the rhythm. Life and death trial time, just said in half a month later, Xian you just broke through to Martial Dao Grandmaster, still need to consolidate cultivation. Wait a while I will give someone bring some solid realm spirit medicine to go through. You always maintain enough spirit for that afterlife and death trial as preparation. Yi Xian became a divine awakening person, meaning that in the future entering Xian Tian divine Tao will also be valued. Xian Tian sect still not to the extent of just because of a marriage pile to give the road to narrow. Then, thank you sect master and all elders. Yi Xian on the face faintly smiled. Although this golden hand is a bit of a fool, but at the crucial moment, it still has its original effect. Looking at Yi Xian leave after, Xian Tian sect master and all elders present, deep in their hearts, are all a complex emotion. Who could have thought Xian Tian sect at this crucial moment could actually give birth to a divine awakening person? Xian Tian sect master looked at Yi Xian's departing back. Deep in his heart, he seemed to have some thoughts. A few days ago, Xian Tian divine Tao suddenly issued a divine edict, requesting to disperse in the 4 great wildernesses all the branches, select their own sects with very potential personal disciples, to go to Xian Tian divine Tao for deep training. Xian Tian divine Tao has long not opened a channel to the wilderness spirit domain for deep training qualifications. Although Xian Tian sect master did not understand Xian Tian divine Tao why suddenly issued this divine edict, but this for Xian Tian sect was undoubtedly a once-in-a-thousand-years opportunity. Yi Xian, in the end, is still too young. Wait for him to pass the life and death trial, enter the profound heaven divine path. The knowledge of heaven and earth is more extensive. Naturally, we'll understand our suffering today. That's right. The profound heaven divine path has countless evil spirits rampaging, even more so the goddess descending to the world. Believe Yi Xian at that time will understand how he should choose.
And
Hearing the elder's words, the profound heaven sect master gently nodded. If Yi Xian did not awaken the divine bone, he was so rebellious to the sect elders and sect master. In order to maintain the profound heaven sect's dignity, it was inevitable to want to make punishment for him. But the situation now is completely different. Yi Xiao awakened the divine bone, became a divine awakener. Towards geniuses, this world will no matter what, be incomparably forgiving. If forgiveness is not enough, that must be you are not genius enough. Hope this time the divine Tao opens, my Xian Tian sect can pull out a not-so-wrong first. Xian Tian sect master looked at Yi Xian's direction of departure, secretly thinking in his heart. Returning to the headquarters, Yi Xian didn't say a word, flipped open the letter paper, and started to continue writing letters. Although this world has quite a few revealed secret methods like sound transmission, but Yi Xian feels, or a single stroke of a single stroke, personally written things, can more represent a part of his true feelings. The key is, want to let the little wife feel his sincere and earnest feelings. The golden fingers smoothly awakened. It seems that the little wife to me is a sugar-coated bullet, or very beneficial. This time must seize the opportunity, strike, while the iron is hot. Yi Xian just now on the main hollow wave of 3 consecutive draws, has consumed the yellow ball inside all the luck value. Must come again a sincere and passionate love letter from the little charming wife there enter the line. Yi Xian racked his brain, searched the previous life on the internet, all the male and female nauseating, emotional words, all gathered on the immature paper. However, the message just finished writing was immediately needed by him, using the 9 heavens' profound fire to roast without leaving a trace of residue. There is no possibility of writing like this. The little charming wife now only has a preliminary good impression of me, I and her relationship in it, still not particularly clear, if suddenly reckless, will instead let her feel that my person is very reckless, born disgust. Yi Xian, although is not what kind of love elder but similar short program, previous life also watched quite a few. When the relationship between men and women has not reached a certain level of time, casually warm up will only be completely opposite. It seems, or is more from the love angle starting. After making up his mind, Yi Xian once again set out the writing style, on the paper wasting ink. Roughly the content, with the previous same type, are all a little encouragement to Tantai Mingyue, good cultivation for her encouragement language. Just this time, on the letter side increased a lot, Yi Xian himself towards cultivation understanding, a set of kindling oneself, illuminating others' warm male posture. The world of cultivation is never lacking you deceive me. Under this kind of situation, sincerity on the contrary becomes a certain kill skill. Yi Xian this side message just finished writing. Yi Shu also, just well from Muyan City returned. Looking at Yi Xian on the table where the ink stains had not yet stopped, Yi Shu's face suddenly revealed a strange look. Young master? You this. There were a few words Yi Shu had kept in his heart for a long time. It was just that the obstacle between him and Yi Xian's master-servant status, Yi Shu had endured it all the time and had not said it out loud. But seeing Yi Xian so infatuated with Tantai Mingyue, Yi Shu felt that he still needed to come out and advise him. Young master, Tantai Mingyue although has the personality of closing the moon, but in the world of power is respected as a cultivator, appearance is just an added value. As long as the young master has sufficient strength, what kind of thing can't be found in the future? Why must one defy the clan elder's intentions? Even if you don't care about the clan elder's thoughts, then what about Xiantian sect? Xiantian sect master and elders really will let you marry a door without bringing, not right to protect. I awakened divine bone. Yi Xian's voice was cold, short 6 words, heard into Yi Shu's ear, like falling into the head violent thunder ordinary. Explode Yi Shu's head buzz buzz. Feel what bone? I awakened divine bone. What divine bone? I awakened divine bone. Awakened what bone?
Bah.
A second later, bursts of golden shimmering divine light lines, already along Yi Xian's whole body bones sketched out. Divine. Divine bone. Young master actually really awakened divine bone? Feeling the divine bone contained within the powerful mighty power, Yi Shu finally reacted. The waves of excitement. The mood is excited, constantly following Yi Shu's eyes in the explosive out. Awakening divine bone, divine revelation person. Represents what? No one is compared to the body is the divine spirit bloodline. Yi clan people are more clear. Now I have the qualifications. Choose their own marriage major event. Yi Xian calmly heard into Yi Shu's ear, again like the 9 heavens descended divine command normal. Yes, yes, yes. Absolutely yes. Don't say her Dantai Mingyue is just a trash, consider her as a cripple, as long as lacks the master's favor. Yi clan and also absolutely no one dares to say more than half a word. Disability? Hearing to that, Yi Xian's eyes are strange. Is my taste so special? Really don't know. And Yi Shu also has Xian Tianzong elders in the eyes. Yi Xian chooses the trash Tantai Mingyue, like choosing a cripple is no different. I this return, bring the young master opens the divine bone news, inform the clan, believe the clansmen hear this news, will definitely be very happy. Yi Shu decided to return first to inform the Yi clan, is because he knows Yi Xian chooses Tantai Mingyue this matter, will let their lineage and the clan stand before how much pressure. Send back the news of Yi Xian awakening the divine bone early. The clan on the other side can also be quite a bit quieter. Yi Xian naturally also clearly understood Yi Shu's thoughts. Just right, this time back to Yi clan behind. Along the way bring me this letter, send to Muyin City. Need to personally hand it to Dan Taimingyu in hand. Just now still excited, cannot restrain. Yi Shu heard that. Expression began to gradually become strange. He is a dignified 7-star great martial artist. Looking at Jianghua also considered a strong man. Now, actually become 2 little lovers in the middle support love letter humanoid tool. The key is, he just returned from Muyin City before. Yi Xian so quickly wrote a letter? Knew that you two have an engagement. Didn't know, still thought that you two behind long had an affair? Cough cough, self-determined for life. Jiang country Yi clan. Yi Guanhai, take a look, this is your good son. Yet he actually disobeyed the clan's decision, and with a useless person like Tantai Mingyue like this, he was bound to be together for life. Don't you know the consequences of doing so? Yi clan Zong Ci inside. 3rd elder madly attacked Yi Xian's father. 3rd elder's words are wrong. Xianer and Tantai Mingyue between them originally had a marriage contract in their bodies. How could it be a private marriage contract for life? He just didn't want to violate the ancestral agreement and casually dissolved the marriage contract. Yi Xian's father tried his best to argue back, but deep down in his heart, he also didn't understand his son. Why wouldn't he hesitate to disobey the clan, and also wantedly bow Tantai Mingyue like this, a useless woman who is incapable of cultivating? Xian Tianzong has decided, is Yi Xian open the life and death trial, the matter related to Xian Tian Divine Dao, so before opening the trial, Xian Tianzong intentionally sent people to give a hint. As Xian Tianzong's young sect master, on the body absolutely cannot be contaminated with any dirt that will let people condemn. Even if it is a fiancé who has lost all cultivation. My Yi clan waited for so many years, it is really hard to produce a genius. If Yi Xian can enter Xian Tian Divine Dao to train deeply, then my Yi clan for many years, returning to the inside of the wild spirit realm's wish, isn't it also possible to realize together? Yi clan elders all express their attitudes. In this matter of Yi Xian advancing to Xian Tianzong's young sect master, they absolutely do not allow any mistakes. Even in the clan that has always been taciturn, calm, and composed, the great elder could not help but open his mouth and say, Guanhai, this matter Yi Xian has indeed passed. The Yi clan has been in decline for a long time, and it is in dire need of a strong person who can carry the cauldron for the clan to appear. Yi Xian can open the divine bone inscription and was accepted as a personal disciple by the Xian Tian sect, and now the Xian Tian sect is even more willing to open the life and death trial for him, intentionally helping him advance to the Xian Tian Divine Dao. This is the Yi clan's once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. The entire Yi clan is also waiting. The clan once again gives birth to a transcendent saintly supreme strong person. This kind of crucial moment, how can it be hindered by a little pity in the heart? Compared to the 3rd elder's fierce words, the great elder is clearly a little more rational. Yi Xian from a young age hardworking, is cultivating the matter above, not daring to be lazy for a moment, absolutely not about the part like 3rd elder lineage said so. being only bewitched by beauty. This matter relates to Yi Xian's whole life's future. We these elders is him to escape from the predicament, once again the person who steers the direction of life. In the heart of the great elder, Yi Xian at most just feels casually tearing up the engagement. Towards Dantai Mingyue is a bit cruel, in the heart towards her born a bit of guilt, pity.
Just that.
Want to become a great person, how can be forced by these mere vulgar things? But Grand Elder Xianer He, Yi Guanhai still wanted to say more, but was interrupted by the Grand Elder on the spot. Good, Guanhai, you don't need to say more. Yi Xian's matter has me and the Xian Tian Sect's masters to take care of him. You don't need to waste your mind on his matter. The Grand Elder on the spot beat the rhythm, even if Yi Guanhai was also willing but powerless. However, in Yi Guanhai's eyes, there was a faint flash of worry. Xianer's matter is decided, nine-headed ox can't pull it back. Time and time again, Xian Tian Sect and Yi Clan are still like this attitude. Only hope that both sides don't need to because of this matter give birth to friction, being decisive is good. Just when Yi Guanhai's heart was full of worry, Yi Clan in the skies suddenly a stream of light descended from the sky. Young Master Xian Tian Tong Ling Divine Talisman, although can increase my speed to the limit, but with my cultivation base immediately after using the Divine Talisman, is still too reluctant a bit. The light dissipated. A face of tired Yi Shu slowly walked out. This Divine Talisman was originally a reward from Yi Xian sent him all night to Muyin City. In order not to delay giving Tantai Mingyue the news, Yi Xian before Yi Shu went to Yi Clan, again went to the Divine Talisman above, put a few more rays of divine power. With Yi Xian's current awakened divine bone, Martial Dao Grandmaster Strength, Yi Shu 7-star Grandmaster Strength, obviously a bit can't digest it.
Ye Shu.
You came just in time. The clan sent you to pass the news, to let Yi Xian and Tantai Mingyue dissolve the engagement. You actually hid it from the clan, instead of Yi Xian to Muyin City, to do such a ridiculous thing. Yi Shu just appeared, immediately attracted the Yi Clan elders' collective anger. A useless woman can also bring up so many rare treasures? Do you know, in the clan, there are not many descendants can enjoy these spirit herbs, spirit medicine. Yi Xian is the master alone. Give to a useless person? Yi Shu, how do you explain this? The third elder's lineage frantically moved, that face full of anger appearance, really like Yi Xuanjin did something wrong to them. Yi Shu of course knew what they were angry about. Although Yi Clan moved out of the wilderness spirit domain for many years, but in Jiang country, it was still a great clan that was on par with the royal family. Yi Guanhai's lineage originally did not attract any attention in Yi Clan, but because of Yi Xian's rise, father and son were precious. More importantly, in Yi Xian these years of rising on the road, not a few Yi Clan's younger generation became his stepping stone on the road to success. Among them, the third elder's lineage stood out the most. His 2 sons, 3 grandsons, all missed the opportunity because of Yi Xian. Normally, Yi Xian pinned the Yi Clan's genius halo and was also the candidate for the Xian Tian Sect's young sect master. The third elder naturally couldn't do anything. But now Yi Xian, because of a useless fiancé, unexpectedly opposed the entire clan. The key was his actions, had already hurt the entire Yi Clan, even the Xian Tian Sect's masters. The third elder's lineage naturally couldn't avoid coming out and fiercely stepping on him. Yi Shu came here today, precisely because of the young master, to pass on a message to the present clan elders, the elders. Humph, since it was a message, why didn't he personally come here? Could it be that he knows he did those things that cannot be exposed, has no intention of standing up, accepting the anger of the clan? Third elder's face is full of cold laughter. But towards this, Yi Shu is extremely calm. Indeed was guessed by the young master. Third elder's lineage in the Yi clan is what kind of expression Yi Xian reincarnated these 18 years, has long seen clearly. He had long expected his refusal to break off the engagement news once transmitted to the Yi clan. Third elder's lineage definitely will not give up. Therefore, at Yi Shu before preparing to leave, Yi Xian Te bestowed him another divine talisman. Yi Shu also did not linger. Right in front of the Yi clan's people, in the middle of the sky crushed the divine talisman. A second later, Yi Xian's figure appeared within the divine talisman. I know, in the clan, many people to me firmly hold the engagement, heart-born dissatisfaction. Today, I let Yi Shu come here to pass on the message, just to tell everyone an event. Yi Xian's voice just fell. On the body immediately all kinds of shapes, divine light grade effect. Countless divine inscriptions along Yi Xian body surface emerged. God. God Bone. This is God Bone. Yi Xian awaken God Bone. As the ancient God Spirit descendant, no one is more clear than Yi Clan. What does the awakening of God Bone mean? At this moment, seeing this scene, Yi Clan people all have a face of wide eyes and mouths. Even Yi Xian Father Yi Guanhai are all like struck by lightning ordinary. The whole person turned to stone on the spot. In the ancestral hall, there has never been silence. Even if a needle falls on the ground, can still hear clearly. The great elder is breathing heavily. Both hands are blue veins, grabbing behind the back that has not yet reacted. Yi Guanhai. Guanhai, my clan's position of clan leader, not announced for a long time. Don't know you can mean? Become my Yi clan leader? The great elder's words just came out. Everyone here was shocked. The great elder has been in charge of the Yi clan for nearly 100 years. If Yi Guanhai becomes the clan head, doesn't it mean that the Yi clan from now on has a false reputation? But thinking back, everyone instantly understood. Yi Xian has awakened the divine bone. The Yi clan has been waiting for a good opportunity for many years. This moment is right before their eyes. A person who awakens the divine bone, definitely his life, wants to step on a path of strength alongside his seniors. Divine revelation person. My Yi clan has how many years never appeared awakening divine bone divine revelation person? The short silence passed. Yi clan Zhong Ci in the burst-out bursts of excited cheers. Quite a few people in the eyes have begun to warmly shed tears. Those originally, because Yi Xian definitely refused to break off the engagement, but towards Yi Guanhai held prejudices against Yi clan elders, also turned their heads one after another, towards Yi Guanhai initiated congratulations. Congratulations, clan leader. Congratulations, clan leader. Yi Xian is still young, already able to awaken divine bone. In the future definitely is my Yi clan peerless powerhouse. With Yi Xian's heavenly ability, now awakening divine bone, what kind of fiancé can't he have? Even if it's Xian Tianzong also won't, because of this matter punish Yi clan. A divine revelation person's weight is enough to break all worldly shackles. Even in Xian Tianzong, it is no exception. The clan leader for my Yi clan gave birth to such a genius. The Yi clan's clan leader position is truly a noble title. Seeing with one's own eyes, just now everyone worked together, questioning Yi Xian's direction of the wind. In a blink of an eye all turned to Yi Guanhai. Third elder lineage is indeed fiercely felt a sound. What is called the world's hot and cold. Father is equal to son precious. Looking over to the opposite side of the glorious and complacent face, thousands of people surrounded Yi Guanhai. Third elder is even more a face of fierce jealousy. Based on what Yi Guanhai can give birth to Yi Xian this kind of Qilin? Looking back at those few incompetent guys behind, third elder's complexion instantly changed and began to twist. Fake. This is all fake. Yi Shu, you think that by making an illusion projection, you can fool everyone? You fooled too big elder. Fooled here clansmen. But you can't fool me. Unless Yi Xian now stands in front of me, in front of everyone to let me test the divine bone is real or fake. Otherwise, I absolutely do not believe Yi Xian can awaken the divine bone. Since 1,000 years ago, the Yi clan's strong men's inner divine bone was cut off by that nameless curse. Through so many years, the Yi clan's many kinds of brilliant and talented people have never once opened the divine bone again. Yi Xian, what can he rely on to awaken? Looking at a crazy face, the teeth of the third elder are about to crack. Here the Yi clan people are all pulling away from him. Even the third elder's own lineage clansmen are also very much like looking at a madman watching him. What kind of gaze is this? I'm not crazy. I'm just saying that the truth of what happened. Seeing his friends shun him, third elder's eyes were even more bloodshot. He stared at Yi Guanhai with jealousy. It's all because of you, Yi Guanhai. You're just a lowly branch. What qualifications do you have to be the Yi clan's clan chief? He was not convinced. He was not convinced that he had worked hard for so many years, but couldn't compare to Yi Guanhai giving birth to a good son. What he was even more dissatisfied with was, why wasn't this good son born to him himself? You deserve to die, Yi Guanhai. You deserve to die. Third elder's entire body's energy erupted, suddenly rushing towards Yi Guanhai. At the crucial moment, a huge cage descended from the sky, forcibly suppressing third elder, who had jumped towards midair. It was the grand elder and the Yi clan's clan elders who had taken action. Yi Xian awakens the divine bone, is the Yi clan has not met the peerless opportunity for 1,000 years. The great elder personally appointed Yi Guanhai as the Yi clan leader is to borrow the relationship of the family, to tie the Yi clan and Yi Xian, this divine revelation person, closely together. So the whole clan's grand plan, how can it be because of just a crazy third elder, and the incident spreads? The third elder suddenly has a mad illness, commits a crime, casually attacks the clan leader, when cutting away the elder's position, suppresses the hell, receives the heart fire burning form, the spirit's soul does not dissipate, the torture does not stop. The third elder's lineage, reciting it meets with confusion, the death penalty can be exempted, the responsibility is given within a day to move to the Yi clan's ancestral land, in the end, for life, traps the hell. The great elder's words just said, immediately welcomed the Yi clan's clan elders unanimously agree. The Yi clan really had a hard time producing Yi Xian, such a heavenly pride. How can, because of just a third elder, destroy the entire Yi clan's good future? As for being punished forever in hell third elder's lineage, at most it's a bonus. These people on normal days are not a few under third elder's will, with Yi Guanhai father and son difficult. Now Yi Guanhai becomes Yi clan's clan leader, these people stay in Yi clan and also is an eyesore. Doesn't seem like third elder punishes together. Out of sight, out of mind. Facing the clan leaning to one side of the wind, those punished heart has not convinced third elder's lineage clansmen, although heart has not convinced, but also has the heart but no power. Compared to Yi Xian, this awakened divine bone slowly soars to the future strong man. They hate more or third elder. If not for the third elder himself being a lunatic, definitely must attack Yi Guanhai in front of everyone, this newly appointed clan leader, how could they want to follow along and eat the fall? This old lunatic, his own body is already finished with the punishment of hell, but he still wants to implicate us to be punished together. The miserable jailer, although he doesn't need to be like the third elder, enduring the torment of the heart fire, his soul flying away. But in the end, his whole life is just a prisoner in danger. The key is their Yi clan's main lineage identity. Moving away from the ancestral land, it means that their lineage, as well as their descendants, forever can no longer take the Yi clan's main lineage to consider themselves. From here on, becoming a sinner, even in the most ordinary clan outside the branch, is not as good. This scourge of the entire clan is a madman. Let him go to hell and suffer the ultimate torture of heart fire, burning him alive and killing him. At best, his soul will be scattered, and he won't even have a chance to reincarnate. Yi clan's position of clan leader has not been announced for 100 years, finally welcoming their new clan leader to take office. Except for the third elder who is punished to hell, the entire Yi clan was filled with a joyful atmosphere. But everyone in their hearts clearly understood that Yi clan's joy was not because of the new clan leader, but because of Yi Xian, this awakened divine bone, divine revelation person. Yi Shu, you just returned to Yi clan. Why don't you cultivate for a while in the clan? I also want to ask you a little bit regarding Xian'er's matter. After the succession ceremony, Yi Guanhai had the attitude of wanting to keep Yi Shu to talk all night long. He was originally a Yi clan ordinary clan member. With his natural talent, this life can roll around in the clan to the name of a deacon is already the limit. Who would have thought that he would encounter a great fortune like giving birth to Yi Xian, this kind of heavenly genius? Now is even more a high road, become Yi clan patriarch. Because of the so-called, but go 1,000 miles mother worry, being a father is also the same. Yi Xian left home many years, always in Xian Tianzong hidden cultivation. Yi Shu is the only one of Yi clan. All year round rely on Yi Xian left and right people. Yi Guanhai naturally want through Yi Shu, understand more clearly a little related to his son matter. Facing Yi Guanhai keep, Yi Shu face shows a troubled expression. Clan patriarch, not that Yi Shu is not willing to stay, really is few master. There is more important matter, let me run to Muyun City. Important matter? Yi Guanhai face stunned. Could it be that compared to his father serving as Yi clan patriarch is more important? However, when Yi Guanhai thinks back to the first grade, Muyun City, 3 words, in the eyes, but separates a different halo. Could it be that Xian'er awakened the divine bone behind, suddenly thought of something, decided to break off the engagement with Tantai Mingyue? Yes. Xian'er was originally my Yi clan's genius, now awakened the divine bone. Xian'er's sect will definitely increase the gambling card for him. Xian'er's sect's young master position, more than half of the game has already been done. In the future, advancing to Xian'er divine Dao, with Xian'er's divine revelation identity. What kind of genius? Goddess can't find it. The young man's spirit was at once domineering, doing things impulsively. It was also understandable. As long as he knew to stop before the brink, in the end it was not in vain that he grew up. Speaking of, maybe this father of mine is incompetent, harming him. If not because of before, Yi Guanhai was weak and powerless. Yi Xian's talent had not yet manifested. The clan embraced the completion of the ancestral covenant to let Yi Xian and Tantai Mingyue establish a marriage contract. Yi Xian also will not, because of the marriage contract matter, be condemned by people. Now it seems the Yi clan before, and Tantai family this marriage contract, originally is not a status to answer. Looking at the face full of self-reproach, a lone enemy Yi Guanhai, Yi Shu wanted to open his mouth several times, but he finally still held back. Clan leader, young master needs to do things. Naturally has his reasons. We just need to quietly support him behind the scenes. This sentence was originally Yi Shu in the heart deep down, silently persuading himself. But he now feels, Yi Guanhai compared to him, even more needed the sentence. Hope clan leader in the future knows the actual situation, can think a little more open-mindedly. Deep Thursday secretly glanced at Deep Guanhai. The mysterious spirit talisman on his body flashed again. In a blink of an eye, it turned into a stream of light and disappeared into the Deep clan. Mu Yunqing, Tantai family. With Yi Xian providing all kinds of rare and precious medicine, Tantai Mingyue divine blood cleansing speed also began to double increase. Only missing one last point. Divine blood can thoroughly cleanse your whole body. From then on, your cultivation will soar to the heavens. In the ring, mysterious female released to the sky, took the remnant's soul state, protected Tantai Mingyue whole body meridians to prevent the medicinal power to Tantai Mingyue itself from causing damage. Looking at the medicinal power stimulated below, around the body's spirit flow, radiant radiance Tantai Mingyue, the mysterious female bottom of the eyes flashed a circle of faint joy. Tantai Mingyue aptitude, compared to her in imagination is better, is a good choice to be a successor to the medicine bowl. However, comparing aptitude, Tantai Mingyue personality is clearly more favored by the mysterious female. On the path of cultivation, there has never been a lack of geniuses. Many geniuses, for their own benefit, will do anything. This disciple of mine is pure-hearted, especially kind-hearted. Based on that, I will definitely protect her for the rest of her life. Often seen in the cultivation world, you deceive me, betray me. The mysterious woman, on the contrary, prefers the simple and pure qualities of Tantai Mingyue. Brother. At this moment, the medicinal power penetrated Tantai Mingyue's body, and a hum sound suddenly came out of her mouth. A second later, a dazzling divine light penetrated her entire body. Tantai Mingyue finally broke through the shackles and chains. The surrounding Zhou-Eon spiritual energy of heaven and earth all turned into vortexes, crazily converging towards Tantai Mingyue. At first, it was only Tantai Mingyue's room. Following, she stayed in the courtyard, and in the end, the strange phenomenon even spread to the entire Mu Yun city in the sky. What's going on? Why is the entire Mu Yun city heaven and earth spiritual energy all converging toward the Tantai family in the sky? Who is provoking this heaven and earth anomaly? Looking at the continuously growing spiritual energy vortex above their heads, the Mu Yun city martial artists were all shocked. The Tantai family's people were even more stunned. Looking at the direction this spiritual energy is converging, it seems to be the Tantai Bright Moon courtyard transmitting from, hurriedly ran over to the Tantai family head, as well as the clan elders. Each face revealed horror. Tantai Bright Moon? Isn't she crippled? How would it lead to such a terrifying heaven and earth anomaly? Being able to lead to such a huge spiritual energy vortex, it must have alarmed a peerless genius. Very obviously, Tantai Bright Moon also doesn't fit this one characteristic. Could it be that she has other people cultivating in her room? Chasing to Tantai Mingyue outside the Tantai family head's room, there are also the clan elders. All with a thoughtful expression, they look towards the opposite closed door. Is it Yi Xian? At this moment, a clan elder suddenly opens his mouth. Yiwan. Tantai family head is slightly moved. Yesterday, Yi Xian in the letter is Tantai Mingyue's strong support attitude, leading to many Tantai clan members to speculate. The two of them have already secretly tied the knot. Now, listening to the words of this clan elder, and thinking back to the clan's sky above the heaven and earth's strange phenomenon, Tantai family head further realizes that the clan members' speculations are not empty holes. Should be Tantai Mingyue in the room that caused the heaven and earth strange phenomenon. Is it really Yi Xian? In the heart, once there is such a thought, many things immediately begin in everyone's mind, automatically rationalize. As expected of the Yi clan's peerless monster, Xian Tian Sect's young sect master candidate. Whatever can lead to such a wonder of heaven and earth's spiritual energy phenomenon, truly a boundless genius, endless potential. My Tantai family can come to this offering, truly is the ancestor manifesting 3 lifetimes of good fortune. They praise the heavens, innocently did not pay attention. At this moment, Muyun City in the middle of several powerful forces have all locked down the Tantai family. A small Muyun City actually has such a monster? Truly rare. Muyunqing, where some winehouse entrance, a whole body torn apart, grabbed the nostrils, sitting on the steps, old nose, wine mouth, drunk cloudy pupils, suddenly flashed stand up. At the same time, Muyunqing outside. A person wearing gray robe, back carrying long sword, middle-aged, faintly toward Muyunqing, and the sky's spiritual energy vortex glanced over. From the sky falls strange phenomenon. Must have happened. What unforeseeable world-shaking talent. This is my Jade Mountain Sword sect blessing origin. Just finished speaking. Behind him, long sword has turned into a ray of sword light, including middle-aged wearing gray robe together disappeared on the spot. Dantai bright moon outside the room. Dantai family head. Also in the family a bunch of clan elders, the face is full of worry, standing at the entrance. Yi clan current world evil. Xiantian sect appointed young sect master candidate. At this moment, with them, there is only one sect. If luck is good, can ask for some help from him? Thinking of this, the Tantai clan head and the clan elders behind him were all excited. In order to avoid disturbing Yi Xian, the Tantai clan head even more directly gave an order in the clan, except for the clan elders and the clan head, the rest of the people are not allowed to casually approach the Tantai Bright Moon courtyard for half a step. Time passed by every second and minute. Seeing with their eyes, the Tantai Bright Moon courtyard's heaven and earth's spiritual energy gradually began to recover to calm. The Tantai clan head and the surrounding clan elders also all kept their spirits up. Finally, is it over? If this heaven and earth phenomenon continued to appear, they still did not know when they would be able to see Xian.
Kit.
At this moment, the room door opened, and Tantai Mingyue walked out from inside. Tantai clan head, as well as the clan elders present, all had faces filled with anticipation, as if they were waiting for something. However, they waited for a long time, and still did not see Xian's figure. Where are you? Who? Tantai Mingyue said indifferently. Yi Xian, isn't he in your room? Just now, the strange phenomenon in heaven and earth, it must have been brought by him? As soon as Tantai clan had said this, Tantai Mingyue immediately frowned. It turns out that in their eyes, Tantai Mingyue is also just can borrow the marriage contract for the family to provide convenient symbol. In these people's thinking consciousness, basically will not think, causing the heaven and earth strange phenomenon person, is that was ignored by them for 10 years, called the waste Tantai Mingyue. At this moment, a stream of light suddenly descended from the sky. It was Yi Shu, who came here to deliver the news. Congratulations to Miss Mingyue, successfully breaking through the shackles, causing such a heaven and earth strange phenomenon. Thinking about it must be a not small harvest. Looking at the front, and yesterday thought like 2 people Tantai Mingyue, Yi Shu's heart alone was terrified. Young master's eyes are really vicious. Yi Shu still remembers clearly the first time he came to Tantai family, at that time Tantai Mingyue, or a person with lost cultivation. Can't think of a short day not to come. Tantai Mingyue unexpectedly lead to such terrifying heaven and earth strange phenomenon. This kind of level strange phenomenon, afraid is compared to the unawakened divine bone young master, also not become much. The key is, at that time, basically no one takes Tantai Mingyue seriously, only Yi Xian from beginning to end towards her is full of confidence. Now it seems, young master definitely has long discovered this girl on the body mysterious mechanism, young master divine might, indeed is not us ordinary people can guess. Yi Shu innermost heart alone is terrified, completely did not pay attention. One side Tantai family head, also Tantai family clan elders, were congratulated by him just now, shocked full face dumbfounded. 10. What do you mean? just now lead to heaven and earth strange scene person is not Yi Xian, but Tantai Mingyue? It turns out that in their eyes, Tantai Mingyue is also just a can borrow the marriage contract for the family to provide convenient symbol. In these people's thinking consciousness, basically will not think, causing the heaven and earth strange phenomenon person, is that was ignored by them for 10 years, called the waste Tantai Mingyue. At this moment, a stream of light suddenly derived from the sky. It was Yi Shu who came here to deliver the news. Congratulations to Miss Mingyue, successfully breaking through the shackles, causing such a heaven and earth strange phenomenon. Thinking about it must be a not small harvest. Looking at the front, and yesterday thought like two people Tantai Mingyue, Yi Shu's heart alone was discouraged. Young master's eyes are really vicious. Yi Shu still remembers clearly the first time he came to Tantai family, at that time Tantai Mingyue, or a person with lost cultivation. Can't think of a short day not to come. Tantai Mingyue unexpectedly leads to such terrifying heaven and strange earth phenomenon. This kind of level strange phenomenon, afraid is compared to the unawakened divine bone young master, also not become much. The key is, at that time, basically no one takes Tantai Mingyue seriously, only Yi Xian from beginning to end towards her is full of confidence. Now it seems, young master definitely has long discovered this girl on the body mysterious mechanism, young master divine might, indeed is not us ordinary people can guess. Yi Shu innermost heart alone is disenchanted, completely did not pay attention. One side Tantai family head, also Tantai family clan elders, were congratulated by him just now, shocked full face dumbfounded. 10. What do you mean? Just now lead to heaven and earth strange scene person is not Yi Xian but Tantai Mingyue? The news has not yet been transmitted. This kind of situation, the Yi clan and the Xian Tian sect, how could Yi Xian choose a useless woman who cannot cultivate as his wife? Young master has awakened the divine bone. In a few days he will enter the life and death trial. This is the young master, let me transfer his cultivation experience. Hope you can have some help. Looking at the letter handed over by Yi Shu, Tantai Mingyue's entire person was dumbfounded. What? Yi Xian awakened the divine bone. The surrounding heard this news, the Tantai clan head, and even more so the Tantai clan elders. Deep in their hearts, they were shocked, already unable to use words to describe. Yi Xian's original talent in the younger generation was already enough to make people suffocate. Now he awakened the divine bone, becoming a divine revelation. In the future, don't say in the southern wilderness, even if entering the wilderness spirit realm, Yi Xian's natural talent is also top-notch. Compared to the surrounding faces full of horror of the clan elders, Tantai Mingyue is another sight. She just experienced the master's divine blood cleansing, restoring her cultivation. Originally thought that it wouldn't be long before she could catch up with Yi Xian's footsteps. Didn't think that Yi Xian would directly open the divine bone. No wonder Xian Tianzong and Yi clan would so indulge him. A divine revelation person was enough to break this world's vast majority of old habits. Even in Yi clan and Xian Tianzong, it was no exception. However, compared to Yi Xian awakening the divine bone, Yi Shu's half-sentence after clearly made Tantai Mingyue moved a little deeper. She originally thought that Yi Xian could not bear the pressure of Yi clan and Xian Tianzong, so she sent someone here to ask for the ring, conveniently canceling the engagement. Who would have thought the other party brought it was Yi Xian's cultivation experience. She had just experienced the divine blood baptism ceremony, breaking through the shackles and chains. It was the time when she needed to stabilize her cultivation. Yi Xian's this profound understanding, to her was simply like sending coal to warm her up in the snowy day. Even though Tantai Mingyue had thought of it clearly yesterday, at this moment, she still could not help but feel her heart pounding. Your fiancé, this son-in-law, is still not bad. Even the mysterious woman who always did not love to say useful words to people, all came from the ring to sigh. Awakening divine bone can also be considered barely worthy of this disciple of mine. However, how the future will be still depends on their own fortune. Tantai Mingyue felt that his heart had never been as hot as today. These insights, to me, is truly very beneficial. Hope that after returning, on my behalf thank him. If not, Tantai Mingyue just broke through to the body control, has reached the limit. Afraid that could not bear it, in front of everyone blushed. If the news has been delivered, that Yi Shu bids farewell, Yi Shu could vaguely feel two powerful auras were approaching. However, these two powerful auras were not malicious. Thinking of it should be just now the strange phenomenon of heaven and earth attracted the attention of Jiang country's strong people. Every time a genius awakens, there will definitely be strong people coming here to take disciples. In Yi Shu's view, this was originally Tantai Mingyue's own fate. A Yi clan person staying here, on the contrary, appeared not good. Moreover, Yi Xian's message had already been completed. Yi Shu also had no need to continue staying here. On his body, the mysterious heavenly communication spirit talisman flashed in an instant. Yi Shu had disappeared from Tantai Bright Moon sight. After Yi Shu left, Tantai clan head, as well as the clan elders behind him, each and every one of them were embarrassed and wished they could immediately find a crack in the ground to crawl into. It was obvious that Tantai Yu's potential had exploded, causing a strange phenomenon in the world. They actually mistakenly thought it was Yi Xian. Just when Tantai family head, preparing to open mouth to resolve this awkward moment, Tantai Mingyue suddenly opened mouth. Tantai family provided to raise me for 10 years, but these 10 years, you through me and Yi clan marriage contract, also in Muyun City, occupied quite a few mineral veins, resources. With Yi clan relationship in law relationship this layer, Tantai family in Muyun City, rarely people dare to provoke them. Even those stronger than Tantai family clan in the fight for ore, resources time, also cannot help but consider a little Yi clan and Xian Tianzong attitude. Mingyue girl are all one family between each other accounts, so clearly for what? That's right clan, isn't it you? As long as Mingyue girl you are willing, tomorrow we also do people, bring the clan treasury, Li extremely? No, half of the treasure, I'll give to you. Yi Xian is already a divine revelation person. Tantai Mingyue today again led to such a strange phenomenon of heaven and earth. Tantai family head and behind him the clan elders, in order to attract Tantai Mingyue, also put all their capital. However, a second later, Tantai Mingyue bit her finger again. In the sky drew a bloodline. Tantai Mingyue, from today, disband with Tantai family all relations. From now on, Tantai family all has nothing to do with me. I also have not the slightest bit of relation with you. Boom. Tantai Mingyue these words just said, Tantai family head, and also here elders, as if struck by lightning, face changed greatly. Until tomorrow, impossible. Without Tantai Mingyue, there is no marriage contract with Yi clan. In the future, Tantai family had to obtain all kinds of benefits in Muyun City. Moreover, Tantai Mingyue today led to a strange phenomenon, enough to see its terrifying talent. If she is willing to sacrifice her life for the clan, in the future Tantai family may not have the opportunity to become such a clan, dominating a large clan. Tantai family had still wanted to step forward to cry and complain. Who would have thought? Right at this moment, in the sky a powerful sword light fell, the whole person wearing a long robe middle-aged man. From within the sword light slowly walked out. I am the Jade Mountain Swordsman Yang Ming. Can you be willing to worship my Jade Mountain Sword sect, and be my disciple? Boom! The Jade Mountain Swordsman's words let the Tantai clan master as if struck by lightning, his internal organs burning. Jade Mountain Sword Sect. This is my Jiang Country Great Sects number 1. Jade Mountain Swordsman is also my Jiang Country's 10 Great Grandmasters peak expert. He actually ran to our Tantai clan to personally accept a disciple. This amount although is inferior to the Yi clan's marriage contract, but in Jiang Country's 1 acre and 3 parts of land, it is enough to threaten all the elites. The Tantai clan's clan elders' faces were red to the ears. The more outstanding Tantai Mingyue's performance was, the more worried they were. Such an outstanding heavenly daughter, how could we let her leave the clans so easily? Just as Tantai family head, miserably thinking, should how to revive Tantai Bright Moon time, in the middle of the sky a chicken thigh bone hit the Yushan swordsman on the sword light. Just a moment, the sword light shattered. The entire Tantai family was covered in a powerful and terrifying pressure. Yushan, you're still as always anxious. The talk is a peak with nose wine smell, trampling old man. Seeing old nose wine smell but in a flash, Yushan's swordsman complexion suddenly changed. Zich Kong old man? How did he also come to Muyunqing? Yushan sword sect, although is Jiang Country internal strongest sect. Yushan Sword Master is also Jiang Country 10 Great Grandmasters inside the top-ranked pinnacle expert. But in front of the old man Qikong, the origin is also not ordinary. He was originally a loose cultivator, unexpectedly obtained the martial Dao inheritance. From here on happened is unstoppable. Not only has the same Jade Mountain swordsman, also is the Jiang country 10 great masters. Even in the ranking, also want to compare Jade Mountain swordsman even closer to the front a little bit. Remember that day, you and I entered the martial Dao secret realm together. The inheritance secret treasure chose me, did not choose you, you heart-born jealousy, towards me all the way to kill. I am avoiding your Jade Mountain sword sect, completely hiding for 200 years. Jade Mountain swordsman also did not think, because of that year a mistake, created the Jade Mountain sword sect, now the biggest enemy. These years, the old man Qikong everywhere and the Jade Mountain sword sect are enemies, also using the identity of a loose cultivator, summoning a group of loose cultivator martial artists in the Jiang country territory, established a huge force called Blood Ming. With the Jade Mountain sword sect, the fight was fierce. Time and time again, the old man Qikong's strength was formidable. The Jade Mountain swordsman was also powerless to do anything to him. Qikong, even accepting disciples this kind of thing, you also want to come and compete with me? The Jade Mountain swordsman held the long sword in his hand, a look of being ready to fight at any time. Start a war? The old man Qikong's mouth curled up. He was originally a loose cultivator. All of his opportunities were obtained in desperate fights, and he held the Blood Ming in his hand. Naturally, he was not afraid of the Jade Mountain sword sect. Feeling the imposing aura emanating from both sides, the Tantai clan head, and also the clan elders present, were simply scared out of their wits. The two of them were Jiang country's top 10 grandmasters. If they really fought in the sky above the Tantai clan, at that time, let alone the Tantai clan, even the entire Muyun city could be buried together. Right at the moment when both sides were extremely tense, a pitch-black ruler descended from the sky, pushing the two figures back 100 zhang. What happened? What happened just now? Zich Kong Old Man and Yushan Swordsman were both Jiang country's top 10 grandmasters. They were actually pushed back 100 zhang by a ruler? The scene before their eyes, not only the Tantai clan head and the clan elders behind him, felt it was unimaginable. Even the old man Qikong and the sword master Yushan were the same. Who dared to offend the Yushan sword sect and the Blood Alliance at the same time? Have you thought about the consequences of doing so? Just now, the old man Qikong and the sword master Yushan were like fire and water, but in the blink of an eye, they were back together and shared a common enemy. Jade Mountain sword sect. Blood Ming? Perhaps in Jiang country on this land, you guys can be considered as a side character, but looking at the entire southern wasteland, fart is not as good. In the air, suddenly resounded mysterious voice. Let Qikong Old Man and Jade Mountain sword master. The face increased red. But is undeniable. The other party said is indeed the truth. Jiang country is only southern wasteland numerous mortal nation one of 4 southern wasteland within those superpower, Jade Mountain sword sect and Blood Ming. This point of background, shallow, not only 1 star half point. Your Excellency, in the end which side is it? Jade Mountain sword master face cold, but the tone has not been previously aggressive and intimidating. You guys are not worthy to ask my title, let alone you guys. Even if that old monster from the Jiang Kingdom royal family comes, seeing me, you must also leave in a gloomy manner. Hearing that, the Jade Mountain swordsman and the Red Sky Old Man's expression completely changed. The Jiang Kingdom's 10 great grandmasters, the Jiang Kingdom royal family's old man is the first, the others obediently rank behind. It is precisely because of his existence that Jiang Kingdom has been able to stand tall all these years. Your Excellency, these words, aren't they a little too arrogant? The Blood Ming and the Jade Mountain sword sect, for so many years, have been suppressed by the Jiang Kingdom royal family. In the end, it was because the Scarlet Mountain Old Man and the Jade Mountain swordsman couldn't beat that old guy from the Jiang Kingdom royal family. However, towards that old guy's strength, they still admired him in their hearts. But just now that mysterious voice master actually seems like a face does not look at the other party's meaning. That old guy in the imperial family of Jiang country, named Wu Zong, actually a body of strength, has already stepped half a foot into the martial king realm. Once the other party becomes a martial king at that time, not to mention Jiang country, even in the southern desolate region, can be considered a strong person. Humph, talk too much nonsense. The mysterious voice master obviously does not want to talk nonsense with the two of them. A phantom illusion giant hand slowly condenses, as if this world, all in his hands, turned into a cage. Control the world? Ruling the sky realm. Martial King's strong person. The Jade Mountain Sword Master's face was full of fear.
Run.
The old man Shikong was even more scared to sweat. Cold sweat soaked his whole body. The two people turned around and ran. Fundamentally, did not dare to stay in the same place for long. Looking at the scene before their eyes, Tantai clan head and those clan elders, their jaws were all shocked. Imperial Sky Realm? Martial King expert? They simply couldn't believe such an expert would appear in the small Muyun city. Not waiting for everyone to think clearly, was all this happening? A graceful and elegant figure, without any warning, appeared out of nowhere at Tantai Mingyue's side. Those two martial Dao grandmasters are not worthy of your aptitude. My name is Fan Tian. Can you be willing to be my student, enter my Stardo Academy? The other party lightly said, on the spot, bringing Tantai clan head, as well as the clan elders behind him to shock.
Stardo Academy?
In the southern desolate region, along with Xian Tian sect famous, Stardo Academy. Oh my god, it's Stardo Academy, personally coming to my Muyun city to take in disciples. Just now, the Jade Mountain Swordsman and the Scarlet Sky Old Man released their aura, attracting many martial artists from Muyun city to come into the vicinity. At this moment, hearing this mysterious expert who shouted back the Jade Mountain Swordsman and the Scarlet Sky Old Man was actually from Stardo Academy? In a moment, their faces all revealed looks of shock. Stardo Academy, personally coming here to take in disciples. This is the Tantai family's fortune. Phew, dogshit fortune. Didn't you hear Tantai Mingyue say she wants to leave the family? Who could have thought Muyun City's 10 years of silence today would suddenly rise up? Tantai Mingyue ignored the surrounding admiration, her eyes filled with jealousy. Her eyes looked straight, a calm face looked towards Brahma. You are valuing my aptitude, or valuing Yi Xian behind Xian Tian Shindao. Tantai Mingyue, these words just said, Tantai family head, also behind him the clan elders immediately scared face crazy change. In front of this person is coming from Stardo Academy, Martial King expert. If is angering the other party, don't say just a Tantai family. Even the entire Jiang country can also meet with disaster together. Tantai family head did not stop. Desperately towards Tantai Mingyue winked. However, is Tantai Mingyue basically unmoved? On the contrary, is Brahma facing Tantai Mingyue questioning? In the eyes slightly look shame. He came here this time, absolutely exactly, not only because Tantai Mingyue brought about the strange phenomenon of heaven and earth. Yi Xian opened the divine bone. Even if there was no life and death trial, sooner or later, he would want to enter the profound heaven divine Dao to cultivate. Although Stardo Academy in the southern wasteland is a famous superpower with a profound heaven sect, but behind them, there is no such terrifying profound heaven divine Dao backing. If it is possible to borrow the relationship between Tantai Mingyue and Yi Xian and build up the profound heaven divine Dao, this pair of Stardo Academy in the southern wasteland's future development will absolutely have 100 benefits without a single harm. Just now, the Jade Mountain Swordsman and the Scarlet Void Old Man are also running this good place. It's just that in Fan Tian's eyes, they are fundamentally not worthy to get involved. Since you have seen it, I will not hide it. I accepted you into Stardo Academy, although I have some selfish intentions, but I truly also take a fancy to your talent. Tantai Mingyue can lead to the world to appear strange scene. A natural talent is not low. Future achievements, even if not comparable to Yi Xian, will not be too far apart. The key is this deal for Stardo Academy is originally a double whammy, making a lot of money without loss, regardless of Tantai Mingyue's rise, or Yi Xian behind Xian Tian Shindao. For Stardo Academy, it is 100 benefits without a single harm. You have left the family also means cutting off all cultivation supply. If you agree to enter my Stardo Academy, I can promise on behalf of the Academy all kinds of resources, secret techniques. You want as much as you want, you will have that much. And in the future, after you successfully rise, Stardo Academy absolutely will not limit your development. Fan Tian here is playing a clear card. However, this straightforward posture towards Tantai Mingyue is very enjoyable. Feeling the sincerity of Brahma and Stardo Academy, Tantai Mingyue faintly smiled. Student has met the teacher. Comparing to Tantai family, these insidious villains who are in discord with each other, Tantai Minghua still likes it more. Stardo Academy this kind of straightforward, bringing all the benefits issues open up, the style of doing things openly and honestly. Moreover, Stardo Academy is originally a great force in the southern wasteland. With the Academy's protection and generous resources support, Tantai Minghua's rising speed will only be more and more vigorous. Of course, the most crucial thing is, Tantai Minghua wants to quickly catch up with Yi Xian's footsteps. Humph, just a peak 9-star martial king for the current stage you, also considered to have such a few parts of support but want to be your mentor, or is a little lacking. Hearing the mysterious female in the ring complaining voice, Tantai Minghua inwardly helplessly laughed. According to the mysterious female's temperament, want to really make the previous Jade Mountain swordsman, Red Empty Old Man take her as a disciple, she still hasn't rushed out of the ring. One person, one sword to cut them down? However, the mysterious female is also just complaining in the ring a little bit. Tantai Minghua's cultivation now recovered, is just needing a place of power to live on, working hard to grow up time. Having the protection of Stardo Academy, for Tantai Minghua, the benefits outweigh the harms. This is also why she on the mouth scolded fiercely, but secretly agreed to Tantai Minghua to agree to the reason. Afterwards, in Fan Tian together, Tantai Minghua collected some things needed from Tantai family to take away. Although I have suffered in the family for 10 years but to the end, can take away things, really is not much. Tantai Minghua suddenly felt a little sarcastic. Clearly is her family, she actually does not have half a part of attachment. Tantai family had several times wanted to go forward to advise. All were shocked back by Fan Tian's powerful aura. With one's own eyes, Tantai Minghua followed the Stardo Academy expert, together left Muyun City. Those in Muyun City were suppressed by Tanai family for many years martial artist family, each and everyone all boiled up. Ha ha ha, Tantai Bigong, you Tantai family relied on the Yi clan's marriage contract for so many years in Muyun City Central, you have occupied all the benefits, now it is also time to return it. Evil begets evil. You Tantai family originally in Muyun City Central had how much arrogance. Today, I will let you have how much sorrow. He. Your family's natural pride, not properly nurtured, wholeheartedly only wanted to rely on external forces, seize Muyun City's resources. Falling into today's ending like this, is also your Tantai family reaping the whirlwind, with no one. Facing Muyun City's great martial artists clan siege, the entire Tantai family was trembling in fear. The clan originally had can compete with Yi Xian, famous peerless genius. The result was forced to give birth, let them destroy. At this moment, the Tantai clan master regretted until his intestines turned green. Lost Tantai Minghua, no different than lost the marriage contract with Yi clan. Tantai clan's strength looking at Mu Yunqing is just a middle-class clan level. Facing Mu Yunqing's so many martial artist clans together besieging, Tantai clan destruction has become a foregone conclusion. Southern Wilderness, Xiantian sect. The harvest comes from Tantai Minghua favorability. Great Dao Luck +7. Great Dao Luck +7. Great Dao Luck +11. Feeling from the little wife, constantly increasing the favorability, Yi Xian felt that he had been reborn this 18 years, simply living in vain. There was clearly a bowl of fragrant free food placed in front of him. He actually did not understand to cherish it. Fortunately, Yi Xian did not wait until it was lost to regret it. It seems that this batch of insight is brought to the little wife's heart, unexpectedly in one breath, burst out for me so much great Dao luck. Looking at the previous 3-link draw had completely consumed the great Dao luck, now, once again filled, reaching a terrifying 400 more, Yi Xian's eyes were all smiling. A full 4 times of luck draw chance. But when his hand points to the clock hand in a flash, but reveals hesitation. Yi Xian is really put on the time on the main hall twice pit force draw prize for pit scared. If his 4 times draw prize opportunity hit all our thank you for your honor, or no type box, then he really even cry have no place to cry. Afraid of what? Big liver C to die of fullness, small liver C to die of hunger. Anyway, current little wife to him favorability, always increasing in consider 4 times draw prize are all pit father, as long as constantly renew little wife favorability, later there is continued draw prize opportunity. Thinking clearly this point behind, Yi Xian eyes spirit inside, remaining a little hesitation, also no longer remaining a bit. According to Yi Xian fingertips gently stimulate, draw prize clock hand begins to quickly rotate fast stand up. He a pair of eyes fiercely approaching the draw prize clock hand. 400 slightly big path, luck, each draw prize, is a chance to change fate. Finally, following the clock hand fall to the ground, a golden shining treasure box bang, a little along Yi Xian eyes exploded. This is great path fruit? Yi Xian in the heart happy. Yi Xian yesterday in the main hall just happened to awaken the divine bone. Didn't think, so quickly again whipped a great path fruit. I wonder if again eat this one. The divine bone will again transform to what degree? Yi Xian in the heart secretly thought. Divine bone awakening is also not the last. According to the next divine bone transformation, awakening divine bone person can also harvest more unimaginable divine might. The awakening of the divine bone is similarly strong and weak. The more complete the transformation, the later stage the strength will also be stronger. Like inside the wilderness spirit domain inside many peerless geniuses, heard that their divine bone has already transformed to a kind of making people unimaginable level. Even, open the complete divine bone. Strength, chasing after the ancient true God. My current divine bone characteristic but just awakened barely, considered as tax transformed to 10% or so. However, Yi Xian also did not hastily take this great path fruit, but pointed at the clock hand, continued to draw the prize. The next 3 times draw the prize opportunity, once thank you for your honor, once no, once finally luck is not bad, let Yi Xian whip up another great path fruit. Now, in my hand already have 2 great path fruit, should be enough for the divine bone to continue to transform twice. Yi Xian without any hesitation, directly point to the golden ball, already pulled out a great path fruit power. The fruit power poured into Yi Xian's body in an instant. Vast great path will started to rush towards Yi Xian's whole body in a crazy and fierce manner. Under this source of power impact, the divine bone gradually started to produce a reaction. The light yellow lines started to draw on Yi Xian's divine bone. According to the golden line sketch, the vast divine might also began to follow Yi Xian's body to erupt. Under the divine might's effect, Yi Xian, who had just broken through martial ancestor realm not long ago, also began to increase at a speed that the naked eye could see. However, in the blink of an eye, from 1-star martial ancestor, increased to 1-star peak. However, the mighty power of the divine bone also did not stop like that. Yi Xian's martial artist cultivation, always from 1-star peak, all the way increased to 3-star martial ancestor state. In the blink of an eye, already surpassed 3 small realms. Martial artist, martial spirit, martial master, grand martial master, martial ancestor. These confer martial artists' strength, give birth to qualitative change realms, are called by martial artists as great realms. And each martial artist in the same star level realm is called as small realm. Although this great path fruit is only to let Yi Xian surpass 3 small realms. But if it is changed to normal bitter cultivation without a half year, it is definitely not possible. The key is, Yi Xian this time increased not only martial artist realm, also has in his body divine bone. This great path fruit directly makes Yi Xian divine bone transform to 20% state. The divine might within the body is also more condensed, rich and dense. Wanna really fight, afraid that even 9-star martial master is not my opponent. This is also the arrogance of a divine revelation person. With the divine bone divine might blessing, in the same realm, a divine revelation person is almost invincible. Moreover, according to the future divine bone continuously transforming, even if it challenges beyond levels, for Yi Xian, it is not a difficult matter. Boom boom. While Yi Xian was immersed in the divine bone and realm increase, it was difficult to control himself at that moment. Above his head, suddenly a thunderclap fell. What happened? Out of nowhere, how did a thunder tribulation appear in the sect? Could it be that a certain elder in the sect broke through? The Xian Tian sect disciples rushed out of the palace on the top of the sky to receive the thunder cloud attraction. What a terrifying thunder tribulation, just 3 breaths in between. The might unexpectedly increased by several dozen times. Looking at the Xian Tian sect in the sky that continuously expanded terrifying thunder cloud, the Xian Tian sect master, as well as the Xian Tian sect elders, all slightly raised their eyebrows. Looking at the direction this thunder cloud is converging, is listening to the tides sea. The Xian Tian sect master's expression slightly changed. Hearing that the Chaohai Pavilion is a 6th grade cave heaven, in the Xian Tian sect, only direct disciples have the qualifications to stay. And now in the Xiantian sect, the only direct disciple is Yi Xian. Could it be that Yi Xian's divine bone has transformed again? Elder Xuanjin's eyes trembled. Normally, a breakthrough would not lead to a thunder tribulation. Only under some special circumstances can a martial cultivator anger this region of heaven and earth, bringing down a calamity. No, won't be like that fast. Elder Xianyu's face was full of surprise. Under normal circumstances, the divine bone just awakened in a short time will not again occur a transformation. Yi Xian's divine bone awakened for only a short time of one day. This kind of situation, how will it again escape transformation? Unless Xiantian sect master seemed to think of something, the whole person's complexion suddenly changed solemnly. The divine revelation person, just awakened the divine bone, absolutely will not easily transform. But there is a kind of exceptional situation. That is true God reincarnation. Heavenly desolate 6 regions, every 10,000 years, there will be a true God descending to the world. These true God reincarnation people not only can easily awaken the divine bone, but also the divine bone transformation speed is also far from being an ordinary divine revelation person can compare. Rumor has it, Xian Tian divine Tao inside, Xiao goddess, is a true God reincarnation person, at a young age, already opened the complete divine bone, became a saint realm expert. Xiantian sect master's heart was slightly moved inexplicably. Saint realm expert, even in the middle of the wilderness spirit realm, is enough to establish a sect and exist. And this Xiao goddess is only 19 years old. Even Xiantian divine Tao master, all praise this Xiao goddess's talent endlessly. Although Xiao goddess is Xiantian divine Tao inside, has the most qualified to attack true God realm, but she is 3 years old already awakened divine bone, and all generations of true God reincarnation people are also when they are young, already open divine bone. Yi Xian he. Elder Xianjin one side wants to say, but stops. Yi Xian divine bone straight until yesterday on the main hall, just awakened. This clearly does not fit the true God reincarnation condition. But if it is not a real God reincarnation, how did Yi Xian do it? In just a short day, let the divine bone transform again. Just when Xiantian sect master and behind a group of Xiantian sect elders, 100 things still have no way to solve the moment, a golden shining giant hand has already toward the listening tide sea in the pavilion shot up to the sky. Toward the sky lay Yun a tear away.
Tatilda.
Looking over the sky was torn apart by a piece of Lei Yun, and turned into countless thunder snakes escaping the thunder tribulation. Here Xiantian sect elders all took a deep breath. Xiantian sect master is the corner of his eyes, lightly jumped. Control heaven and earth? The might of a martial king. Very obviously, Yi Xian is not a martial king. Also has not reached the control heaven and earth, and control the sky realm strength. This is in his body divine bone condensed divine might. The divine bone is originally the true God left in the descendant's body, a line of grace. Yi Xian is a divine revelation person, even if he has not yet reached the martial king realm of the void, but, relying on the divine bone's power within the body, can still briefly make this region of heaven and earth submit. At this moment, there was just now a golden giant hand that shot up to the sky, tearing apart the Lei Yun scene. It seems that the Yi clan's true God back then, the strength is extremely terrifying. Xiantian sect master said with emotion. The divine revelation body's inner God bone's power is completely decided by the grace left behind by the true God's strength. Yi Xian can use the martial sect realm, overwhelm the heaven and earth, tearing apart the Lei Yun in one go, enough to see. The Yi clan's true God bloodline is terrifying. At this moment, in the Xiantian sect's back mountain forbidden area, waves of fire clouds shot up to the sky. In the fire clouds, majestic pressure, accompanied by waves of crazy laughter came. Ha 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 ha, 6,000 years, a whole 6,000 years. Finally, let us come to a divine revelation person. This direction is the place where the ancestors buried their bones. Under the incredulous gaze of the Xiantian sect master and the others, the fire cloud in the sky gradually condensed into an entity. It was a circle of body wrapped in flames, red hair and beard old man. It's fire cloud ancestor. In the crowd, Elder Xianyu glanced and recognized the illusory figure in the air. Fire cloud ancestor? Is that the peerless expert who condensed the great Tao of fire to the true God realm 6,000 years ago? The Xiantian sect in the southern desolate region has a glorious reputation and is inseparable from the powerful ancestors of the past generations. Just now, Elder Xianyu mentioned this fire cloud ancestor, and he is one of them. Unfortunately, fire cloud ancestor, although he condensed the great Tao of fire to the true God realm, he himself has always stopped at the peak of the saint realm. Not becoming a true god is ultimately a handful of yellow dirt. Finally, Fire Cloud Ancestor's life was exhausted 6,000 years ago, and he died in the Forbidden Land behind the mountain. The Fire Cloud Ancestor has already died for 6,000 years. Why did he suddenly appear today? Hearing the surrounding elders' doubtful voices, the Xiantian sect master gently shook his head. This is not the Fire Cloud Ancestor's true body, but rather a trace of regret he left in the world. A trace of regret is still so powerful, it is truly hard to imagine. How terrifying should the Fire Cloud Ancestor be during his heyday? The Xiantian sect elders here all sighed. The Fire Cloud Ancestor has already died for 6,000 years. Today, regret appears in the world. Moreover, it is also at the crucial moment when the Yi Xian divine bone changes. The matter is obviously not simple. The Xiantian sect master kept scanning back and forth between the Fire Cloud Ancestor and the Listening Tide Sea Pavilion, with a thoughtful look on his face. Right at this moment, in the middle of the air, Fire Cloud Ancestor suddenly began to move. Only saw him step out a step, as if between heaven and earth fire flames. All wanted to submit to him normally. Every time the body moves, behind will form a huge fire lotus. This fire lotus is between heaven and earth, Fire Great Tao Entity State. Fire Cloud Ancestor, just like that, step by step walked into listening to the sea pavilion above, a pair of eyes bright like torches, tightly approaching below Yi Xian. Divine bone opening surpasses 20% young age, is also rare. I am Fire Cloud Ancestor. Can you wish to cultivate my heavenly fire Great Tao? Inheritance. Fire Cloud Ancestor remnant's soul suddenly descended. Is it for inheritance? Looking at this place, quite a few profound Heaven sect disciples have been excited to tremble, right? Yi Xian eyes of admiration. Even more is reaching the peak. 6,000 years ago, the greatest powerhouse was willing to leave behind an inheritance. This was how great a chance for Yi Xian. Even the Xiantian sect master and the elders present at this Xiantian sect, at this moment, each gaze also changed to burning. Yi Xian also did not think that he had taken a great Tao fruit, not only brought about a thunder tribulation, but also awakened the regretful powerhouses of 6,000 years ago. Heavenly Fire Great Tao. Listen, it looks very awesome. Yi Xian was preparing to take advantage of the opportunity to receive the inheritance. The great Tao Qi within the body condensed a golden sphere, suddenly transmitting a burning sensation. What happened? The great Tao Qi seems unwilling to accept the Fire Cloud Ancestor's inheritance. Feeling the change in the great Tao Qi within the body, Yi Xian's gaze moved slightly. Disciple's natural talent is still low, just opening the divine bone, has already spent too much energy, now there is no spare energy, again go to inherit the heavenly fire Great Tao. Also ask the founder, in the sect and other choose the talented, inherit the heavenly fire Great Tao. Although the Fire Cloud Ancestor, Heavenly Fire Great Tao, sounds very awesome, but is no more awesome, can compare Yi Xian's golden hand is still a buffalo? With the golden hand in hand, even if holding the true God inheritance to exchange with him, Yi Xian also will not exchange. Moreover, the Fire Cloud Ancestor merely brought the Heavenly Fire Great Tao to cultivate to the true God realm. He himself is not a true God. If he really said so awesome, also not become himself also sat in the grave for 6,000 years. Still want to rely on a remaining thread of consciousness to inherit the Great Tao.
What?
Yi Xian's senior brother actually refused the Fire Cloud Ancestor inheritance? This is the strength that directly forces true God, Heavenly Fire Great Tao. Senior brother Yi Xian is not cultivating until his brain is dull. Even such a powerful inheritance is not needed? Compared to those in the moment of shock of Xiantian sect disciples, Xiantian sect master, and behind him a group of sect elders are also the same. Each one of them was stunned.
Yuan.
Refuses Fire Cloud Ancestor? According to what they thought, being able to inherit Fire Cloud Ancestor, Heavenly Fire Great Tao, not only for Yi Xian, is a supreme chance, even for the entire Xiantian sect is also a huge blessing. How can Yi Xian refuse? Hearing Yi Xian's refusal, In the air, the fire cloud ancestor similarly had a stunned expression. Understand my heavenly fire great Tao. The strength is chasing after true God. You can think well. Consider it really don't want to inherit? I don't want. Yi Xian replied very decisively. If it is said Yi Xian previously refused, is because the great Tao Qi in the body condensed the golden sphere, there's a place to reject, so now he can basically confirm this fire cloud ancestor definitely has a ghost. A 6,000 years ago already passed away old immortal, suddenly jumped out to want to give inheritance. Yi Xian has already refused. The other party still won't give up? Or this old guy really wants someone to inherit his heavenly fire great Tao? Or is it that this heavenly fire great Tao has a pit inside? But no matter which one, Yi Xian also can't accept it. Who asked the little wife to eat so delicious food? Just one great Tao fruit, already transformed Yi Xian's body's divine bone to 20% level, can briefly control the heaven and earth, display the might of a martial king. Is heavenly fire great Tao possible? Not to mention, the inheritance behind, need to spend how much time to comprehend, bitter cultivation, even if Yi Xian completely comprehends heavenly fire great Tao, in the end, is still just a peak saint realm. Wait until life is exhausted, still like a handful of gold sand. But Yi Xian's golden hand is different. Not only can rely on great Tao fruit, help the divine bone transform, in the future can also help him advance to true God, enjoy endless life. The key is the golden hand does not have the highest limit. No matter from what angle to look, all compared to a cultivation base is limited ceiling. Inside more than half have a good inheritance of a chicken pit, huh? Yi Xian once again refused. Let Huiyun Zushi's face slightly trembled twice. He has waited 6,000 years, with great difficulty just waited for a person who can inherit his heavenly fire great Tao, the body's inner divine bone open 20% divine revelation person. The key is 6,000 years of waiting has almost exhausted my regret inside the last bit of strength. If it's not possible to borrow the inheritance, in one go snatch this brat's flesh body, then I painfully waited 6,000 years, then really want to completely dissipate in the world. 6,000 years ago, fire cloud ancestor because of self-cultivation born barrier, in the end all his life, also cannot break through true God shackles, in the end can only depressed and sad to die, sit in the back mountain forbidden area inside. But fire cloud ancestor is not willing, so before sitting, left a trace of regret. Because fire cloud ancestor strength has chased true God, want to bear his this trace of regret, must personally father divine bone divine revelation person. Yesterday, Yi Xian in the main hall, awakened divine bone, fire cloud ancestor already felt his aura. However, at that time Yi Xian, divine bone open not enough 10%. If forcefully seized body, only afraid Yi Xian body inside divine bone frozen. Fire cloud ancestor only then considered it as over. It's just that he didn't think. In just one day of scenery, Yi Xian's body's inner divine bone unexpectedly changed again, and this time, it directly changed to 20%. Ancestor Huiyun also couldn't sit still anymore. At this time, he rushed out from behind the forbidden mountain. Originally wanted to use good words to deceive together, let Yi Xian take advantage of the inheritance, and then borrow the inheritance to seize the body. But now it seems, forcing the body to seize the body, perhaps there will be damage to the divine bone, but in your body the divine bone has opened 20% even if there is damage, in the future slowly cultivate, can also return to the peak state. Only saw ancestor Huiyun shake his body and change, turning into a heavenly fire spirit seal. Yi Xian only felt deep in his soul, as if something had stabbed him, followed closely, ancestor Huiyun's voice, right in Yi Xian's mind rang out. Originally intended to say good words to advise, but in return was alienation. No lie. Show your cards. This ancestor today came here, precisely to seize your body, borrow your divine bone, and rebuild the great path. Just now, ancestor Huiyun had to pass on the heavenly fire great path to Yi Xian, a scene many Xiantian sect disciples, including Xiantian sect master, the elders all saw it with their own eyes. Even if ancestor Huiyun forcibly seized the body, then he could also declare to the outside that he was only inheriting the heavenly fire great path. After that, he took Yi Xian's identity and cultivated from scratch inside Xiantian sect. Divine revelation person, this part of natural talent, believe that not long, will receive Xiantian divine path summon. Ancestor Huiyun when he was young, had once entered Xiantian divine path for deep training, but that place's geniuses and evil spirits were really too many. Even the famous Fire Cloud Patriarch from 6,000 years ago, in front of these geniuses and monsters, was just a slightly talented martial artist. This time, with the Divine Bone, I must definitely make a name for myself in the profound Heaven Divine Tao. Just when the Fire Cloud Ancestor was secretly pleased, a golden halo suddenly enveloped him. Following closely, the Fire Cloud Ancestor discovered himself, trapped in a strange sphere inside. What happened? What place is this? Feeling his own regret being rapidly refined, the Fire Cloud Ancestor first revealed a fearful expression. Not waiting for him to react again, Yi Xian's voice had already sounded beside his ear. So, you want to seize the body? Yi Xian's voice was cold, but in his heart, he was filled with ecstasy. Didn't think the great Dao Qi luck still had this kind of miraculous use. Encountering danger could be a warning in advance. Moreover, the great Dao Qi luck condensed this golden sphere. It seemed to be an extremely formidable treasure. Not only can warn, draw prizes, crucial moment, can also bring those rush to Yi Xian in the body, messy things forcibly suppress refining? Is there any more comfortable thing than this? No, I also don't want to seize the body, Yi Xian, you listen to me. Say you mother. Fire Cloud Ancestor still wants to argue. Unfortunately, Yi Xian has not listened to his argument patiently. Only saw Yi Xian's body within the golden orb rapidly move. A second later, was trapped by the great path of luck Fire Cloud Ancestor. Already the golden orb was completely refined. At this moment, on the golden orb, suddenly appeared a +200 character. Refining some dirty things can actually also transform into the great path of luck? This time, Yi Xian was completely scared. Golden hand, awesome. Senior brother Yi Xian, the sect master, and the elders, let me come to inform you. Listen to the Chao Hai Pavilion later. Also, do not need to stay. Directly transfer into the 8 profound Shaoyang Cave Heaven to cultivate then can. Because of the Fire Cloud Patriarch matter, the Xiantian sect internally stirred up quite a storm. Yi Xian to the outside also did not mention the matter of seizing the body. Only said that the Fire Cloud Patriarch was impatient for talent, did not care about Yi Xian's tactful refusal, forced to inherit the great Tao. Isn't it also impatient? Even he himself contributed to become experience points. A total of 200 breaths of great Tao luck. If every day can be seized once, how good would that be? Yi Xian simply collected a bit, then followed that person who came here to guide the way to pass on the words of the disciple, moved away from listening to the Chao Hai Pavilion, headed towards the 8 profound Shaoyang Cave Heaven. The Xiantian sect's cave heavenly blessings were altogether divided into 9 grades. Ordinary disciples only have the qualifications to enter the first grade cave heaven in cultivation. Talented, a bit better inner sect disciples, according to their own talent level, can separately enter the 2nd grade, 3rd grade, 4th grade cultivation. 5th grade to 6th grade cave heaven is the specialized close-knit disciple opened. 7th grade cave heaven has reached the elder level. 8 profound Shaoyang Cave Heaven as 8th grade cave heaven. Only the past generations of Xiantian sect young sect master has the qualifications to enter the master cultivation. Compared to the sect master using 9 profound purple mansion cave heaven, it is only the lowest grade. The life and death trial has not yet begun. Sect master has already let Yi Xian senior brother enter the 8 profound Shaoyang Cave Heaven to cultivate. It seems that Yi Xian senior brother, Xiantian sect young sect master position is stable. On the way, that came here to convey Xiantian sect disciples, all responded to Yi Xian with respect, eyes of admiration. Yi Xian can enter the 8 profound Shaoyang Cave Heaven. This is equal to the Xiantian sect master, has accepted his young sect master status. Yi Xian became a personal disciple for how long? So quickly already became the Xiantian sect young sect master. This is how many people long for the life model up. Before arriving at the 8 profound Shaoyang Cave Heaven on the halfway point, Yi Xian also intentionally took a detour to visit the Xiantian sect's back mountain, the place where the ancestors buried their bones. As a result, he wandered around there for half a day. Also did not meet again the Huiyun ancestor forcibly seized the body experience treasure. It seems like the Huiyun ancestor like this, wholeheartedly thinking of seizing the body disciple to force the ancestors is a small number. Yi Xian in the eyes faintly flashed a circle of disappointed eyes. However, this scene watched behind the leading Xiantian sect disciple in the eyes was actually couldn't help but feel a surge of respect. Senior brother Yi Xian just received the heavenly fire great Dao inheritance. Just like that, can't wait. Go to the past generations of ancestors' burial place, respect the teacher, and respect the Dao spirit, is indeed our young disciples' exemplary model. Entering the 8 profound Shaoyang cave, Heaven Yi Xian very quickly felt this place's abundant heaven and earth's spiritual energy. The cave heaven grade is mostly related to the spirit vein. The higher the grade, the closer the spirit vein, the faster the heaven and earth's spiritual energy condenses. Even the heaven and earth great Tao comprehension will also be more complete. Yi Xian's body's inner divine bone just transformed is exactly the need to comprehend the great Tao, consolidate the realm time. The Xiantian sect master's move this time is undoubtedly trying his best to pull Yi Xian. However, as a genius, Yi Xian these years has also long been familiar with this kind of pull. From the Yi clan to the Xiantian sect, Yi Xian has come together. It is all like this. Only born with value can be pulled by people. Xian Tianzong, this kind of pull in Yi Xian's eyes, it seems like 100 benefits without a single harm. On the contrary, it is a kind of affirmation for his ability. And, Yi Shu, how come you still haven't come back? I recently in the writing to explain sincere and earnest feelings method on, it seems like there is a new understanding. It is time to write a letter to the little wife again. The next few days, Yi Xian every day besides consolidating his own cultivation, is to write a letter to the little wife Tantai Mingyue. When he knew that Tantai Mingyue was taken back to the sect by Stardo Academy, Yi Xian in his heart couldn't help but be emotional. Clearly a few days ago was still a useless firewood young girl who was not looked up to by everyone, in the blink of an eye, became Stardo Academy. The 3 great teachers Brahma entered the closed-door disciple. This Brahma, Yi Xian knows, is the Stardo Academy Peak 9-star Martial King. Only half a step has stepped into the Martial Emperor realm. Tantai Mingyue can become his closed-door disciple, in the Stardo Academy status, absolutely not worse than Yi Xian, this Xiantian sect personal disciple. Sure enough, people compared to people, angry to death. Yi Xian, a villain, from unimportant to rise, spent 18 years. And the protagonist halo-covered Tantai Mingyue actually only needed a few short days, could enter the southern wasteland, the peak force of the Stardo Academy? If according to the normal script, Yi Xian, even little beautiful wife Tantai Mingyue appearance also does not know, will be broken off by the family. With Tantai Mingyue's rise speed, even does not need 3 years. Yi Xian a few minutes miserably hung up and beaten. The key, the whole process Yi Xian even saw has not seen the other party. 18 years of effort has turned into the main character stepping stone. Damn it. Just thinking about the script he holds as such a tragic life, Yi Xian simply hates not being able to open his mouth to pull out the dog author. Fortunately, Yi Xian is a transmigrator, timely avoiding the tragedy of the villain slapping his face again. Now has awakened the golden hand. The villain's fate finally reversed. But as the Tantai Mingyue line, Yi Xian still cannot give up. After all, the current little wife is Yi Xian's great Dao's main source of luck. The world of fantasy, the wind and clouds are unpredictable, like the fire cloud ancestor seizing the body danger like this. In the future, who knows how many more will be encountered. This time the matter of the fire cloud patriarch, with the golden orb and the great path luck support, Yi Xian can turn danger into safety. But if next time is not to seize the body? The world of mystery, strength is respected. Now I have awakened the divine bone. In the future, inevitably want to go inside the wild spirit domain. With that place of geniuses, evil spirits compete for high and low for a while. Thinking of this, Yi Xian's gaze quickly locked the clock hand below roll X10. From the last time the golden orb refined the fire cloud patriarch, Yi Xian's body's great path luck obtained a sublimation once again. After the golden orb upgraded, not only the reward pool inside the diamond treasure chest became more numerous, even a clock hand beside it also appeared a completely new roll X10 selection. Yi Xian roughly studied this roll X10. Need 1,000 slightly large path luck. Draw it out once. Not only can you draw 10 treasure boxes at once, but the thank you for your patronage and no box rate will also be greatly reduced.